Win.
All right, so welcome back to our uncounted fans. We've decided to do a little bit of pregame chat before we start the recap and get into it to discuss some possible house rules changes. The first one is um, the option for anyone with spell slots, should they run out of spell slots of a given level, still cast the spell at the cost of one exhaustion level per level of spell. So you cast a first level spell, you take one level of exhaustion. Cast a fourth level spell, take four levels of exhaustion. This would let the party have that extra shot of magic missile where they don't have to worry about missing or dropping some extra fireballs or revives or whatnot, healing at potentially great personal cost. Eventually, if they take 6 levels of exhaustion, they would die. So it's a balancing act of, is the spell needed enough that you're willing to pay the price to have it? So I'm going to open it up because I think, like I said, everybody except Marcus has spell slots, if I'm remembering right. So what
Well,
say you?
I like the concept of, if someone can, wants to do something like that, but I'd hate for someone to have to take like Aaron said in the chat,
Mm-hmm.
taking 4 levels. What about like a spell donation? Like say someone who doesn't cast as many spells as the others, but might have some slots available, maybe can have like half that. Maybe someone wanted to do a fourth level
Eh,
and then
I don't know.
split the
I'm not,
exhaustion.
I'm not
I don't know.
entirely sold on the idea, but I'm not going to discount it out of hand.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why you have characters. It's why you have to manage your spells, and
That's
and that's why we have
Yeah.
individual characters versus a shared
well, and
pool of magic. I mean, I don't get me wrong.
I get it. That's part of the game too.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't mind
no.
I don't mind the exhaustion thing. The only thing I would say is I will never use it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it was going to keep a character alive.
Right, or yourself alive. Like if you're out of spell slots and you're going to get creamed the next round, you might want that
Yeah.
cure
Well,
wounds.
maybe in the future that's a thing, but I mean, there's no spell I have
Sure, but
that's
I
going
think
to
as a
save my
paladin, you
bacon.
have cure wounds or something similar.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I said,
but yeah.
I would rule it out to save somebody's life, but that exhaustion thing takes forever to come
Well,
back from.
it's a level per long rest that you get to shave off. And I would, if it got out of hand, then I would see if there are ways to throw your way to remove exhaustion.
Because I have one of those special um, feats that
Mhm,
he gave us, and it involves a big dose of healing for a level of exhaustion. And
mhm.
I haven't used it yet. I probably should. I don't always think of it, but I would be very leery. The exhaustion thing really is a
Well,
big
it's
turnoff for
definitely
me.
like the idea is that you could go beyond what your level should allow.
Mhm.
So there had to be some sort of price with it.
True.
Otherwise,
And
Matt suggested, oh, let him have a saving throw. And it's like, well, the thing is that if you guys have good saving throws, you're going to be spamming level 1 and level 2 spells constantly because there's no price.
mhm. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that though. I mean, I think that's for the magic, maybe for to win and uh,
Yeah, it would mainly
maybe,
land on Dwyn and Emiko
yeah.
because they are the primary spellcasters.
Mhm.
But like I said, I think everybody has spell slots except for Jason.
But
Yeah,
I don't
and
have a problem with it, doctrine wise or
Right,
whatever.
right.
yeah,
Howard,
you know,
you're pretty quiet.
Ooh, that'd be an interesting one.
It would have to be a spell that you know.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not going to let you shit out like a wish spell or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. Sure.
Yeah.
Plane shift or whatever. I don't have a spell list in front of me, but I'm not going to let you do that with a spell that you don't know at all. But I would be willing to let you use it on a spell that you know, even if you don't have it prepared.
Well, that's pretty generous. And this is, like a break glass.
Right. That it is intended to be like there is a very strong in-game reason why you're doing this.
This is a heroic, Hail Mary /
Alamo kind of situation.
this is
Right.
this,
It's the mother lifting
the
kid.
action hero save at the end. And
Right.
it may put him out of, and it may put you out of commission. That's the
Right.
other thing. You may be out.
Right.
So that's kind of why I liked it when he mentioned it, and I was like, yeah, the heroic self-sacrifice,
Yeah.
which is always good in a story to throw in there if you guys are so inclined to play the
Nays?
story.
Do we have any nays?
no, works for me. It doesn't affect me at all, but
Doesn't affect you at all.
seems fair.
Seems all right.
Seems fair.
Well, let's keep it for now, and we'll kind of like play test it a little bit, and we'll see how people feel about it after.
Yeah, well, let's hope
Yeah,
we
as a
never need
back
it.
pocket thing.
Yeah.
Let's
I
hope we
think
never
since
need
he's
it.
introducing it, that we'll probably end up having to have it.
Yeah, 'cause
Maybe.
we're out of spells, and
He's going to see just how far you'll go.
What are you willing to do to survive?
What will you do for a Klondike bar?
Pretty much. And then the other one was shamelessly stolen from a Let's Play from a group called Dimension 20. It's called Never Stop Blowing Up. And they had this really kind of a fun mechanic that I'm trying to translate into D&D, where when you get a crit for that attack and you roll your damage, if you roll max damage on either of the dice, that you get to roll another dice one size up, and you can keep going up, keep exploding the dice size until you either are adding a d20 or you don't roll max. And it's all cumulative. So you roll a crit, you roll 2d6 for your crit, right? You roll a 6 on one of the dice. That's a max damage. So you take the first roll plus your normal bonuses to hit, magic item, and all that other crap. Then you add another roll of a d8 to that number. If you roll an 8, you add 8 to your damage and then roll again on a d12.
did
And if
it
you roll
work
a
for the
12,
bad guys too?
it does.
Oh,
I like it.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It can only work for us. I'm in. But
That's right.
Yeah.
If it's something heroic, okay, I'm all for it. But some of these things are rolling. If they hit,
Yeah.
especially like for me, I get hit with crits.
Well, you get hit with crits, but they would have to roll max damage.
True. But I suppose it doesn't matter at that point. Usually, well, I don't know. I've survived all of them so far.
Mhm.
Can I
But-
put forward something else if we're thinking about this one? Because I don't know that I really like this one. But what
Mhm.
if we use inspiration to cause like a heroic level of damage or something like a multiplier or a, you know, make it a crit. Use inspiration to make it a crit or something.
Well, you can already use inspiration to roll extra dice to try and make it into a crit. I don't know that I would want to make it so that you would turn a hit into a crit just by spending
No,
inspiration.
I think what he's saying is turn a crit. Once you get a crit, then you spend your
Your
well,
inspiration,
once you
yeah.
get a crit and you get a max score on a hit die or damage die, then you would use your inspiration to bump that up a level. Now that I
Well,
don't mind because most of the
you
time I don't use my inspiration dice a lot in the game. So that would give me another chance to use my
yeah.
inspiration die per session.
Well,
Was
to
that
That
be
what you
fair to
meant by
Brad, I like your definition of it better. I was thinking of something else, but I like your definition better. Is that someone like yourself who is mainly the tank is able to use his inspiration to to you know do that heroic hit.
well, and
In
that would open Jason up too, right? I mean, that would be
yeah,
something Jason could use.
yeah.
Marcus, I should say.
So you're saying on a crit, you can spend your inspiration point to do what?
What you
Well,
said.
I was thinking to follow your rules, right? So
Okay.
it probably would never come up, honestly. But you get a crit, you roll a maximum on any one of your hit die
All right.
for
So
damage.
I will offer this that I think is fair, and again, we'll play test it out and make sure that it works okay, right?
Mhm.
So on a crit, you can spend your inspiration to add the next higher dice to your damage roll.
Oh, I like that. I like that even better.
Okay. And that means
So
so
whatever damage dice that you have, like Sese uses what
it's
right
like a
now?
long sword. Yeah.
Right. So what damage do you roll? Do you
A
remember?
D10.
All right. So if you roll a d10, you attack, you get a crit naturally.
Uh,
You spend your inspiration point, you get the crit damage, and then you add 1d12 to it.
uh,
The next dice size up.
I like that, but I wasn't even asking for that much. I was asking for if I roll a 10 on the 1d10 that I get out of my crit. Um,
I think that inspiration is rare enough.
Valuable enough.
Yeah, valuable enough because very rarely do you guys give inspiration, which I imagine will immediately change.
hopefully.
I've tried to do it a couple times,
You have done it a couple times, but I think you
but
might be
hey,
the
they
only one.
already have to have used their
They
inspiration.
Right.
have
That's
to
the
have used
problem.
it to get it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I would like to change inspiration so that you give someone, and if you I say I give you an inspiration point, that you get an extra inspiration point.
Well, I would counter that with saying that if they're not spending them, they I don't feel like they need them.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
and
giving it
Well,
it
or
goes
not,
away. It goes away at the end of the night, obviously.
yeah,
yeah,
it resets.
that would be a caveat, and it might be you just haven't used your inspiration yet. I mean, because the idea is that somebody does something that you think is really cool or clever or
Mhm.
inspiring, and you want to give them a point for that. And so then I could see what Matt's saying, where just because you happen to not have used your inspiration point this session, you know,
Mm.
he might be
I will
maybe
think
he could
about it.
save it. Maybe he
Yeah,
could
yeah,
save that, that feeling of inspired, and you
sure.
use your inspiration point, and then afterwards he says, "Okay, um, since you've used your inspiration point now, I want to give you this one from the beginning of the evening." But you can't
Right.
game it, right? You can't game it. You can't say, guys on a death
Yeah, yeah.
making a death saving throw, and you can't go back and say, "Well, yeah, that's right. I remember he burped loudly into the
Right.
microphone at the beginning of the session,
Well,
and that inspired
I
me, and so now he'll get inspiration for his death
sure.
saving."
Yep.
Well, as the DM, I can overrule giving inspiration.
Hmm.
And if it turns out to be gaming, like metagaming giving inspiration out like candy, I
Mhm.
will put a halt to it.
Yeah.
Let me think about
Yeah, that's fine. Think about
the
it. Yeah.
going over the 1 point of inspiration, simply because up until now, you guys rarely use inspiration. Even when it would be useful, you rarely use it.
Well, I don't know. I think Matt uses it with Yanni quite a bit,
Matt
and I
does
know Howard uses it with DeWin sometimes when he's
sometimes, yep. But
divining
more
things. But I
often
think
than
the
not,
rest
you
of us
guys
don't.
don't use it during the course of a game.
Mhm.
And I encourage everybody to try and
Mhm.
maybe use it more often, because I was also thinking about this when you mentioned that extra inspiration.
Well,
If we
that's
don't
my
use our inspiration during the game, maybe
that's
we
my
should get a penalty next game.
that's my real life viewpoint of hoarding everything. I
Yes,
save it for
yes.
a rainy day.
I may need it for next time.
Right.
I may need it at the end of the session to keep myself alive because I'll get punched in the
Right.
back of the head by a golem or something.
Right.
And then, I get punched in the back of the head by a golem, but I make it out. I'm like, well, I better save that inspiration because I might get punched in the back of the head again. So,
Punch me once, shame on me. Punch me twice.
yeah.
All
So,
right.
but there are other things that go into that too. Like, so Jason doesn't Marcus use like a two-headed sword, right?
Axe, but yeah.
So he rolls 3d4, right? Instead of
For his damage?
uh-huh.
No, it's a great axe. So he rolls big numbers.
D12.
D12. Doesn't somebody roll a multiple D4s instead of
I roll. What
what's
do
a
I roll?
long sword? Or what's a two-handed sword?
Oh, I have no idea. I'd have to look.
I gotta look. Let me look that up because I think one of them they roll 3d4s, which gives you a high, but it's harder to get a max, right? And
Mhm.
but in this case, if they were doing that, they're more likely to get a max. Of course, I guess now their max would bump it up to a D6, not a D20 or anything. So I guess that doesn't matter. Let me see here.
Yeah, my
Some of
plus
them-
one longsword just does. I just get 1d8 plus 3. And if it's crit, I think it's a d10 plus 3.
All right, that's what I should have said because my longsword I'm using one-handed, so that would
Mhm.
be a D8.
Well, we can adjust it as we go, but I think for now, let's just keep it as if you have a crit for whatever reason, and you have a point of inspiration, you can spend that point to add more damage to your crit roll by adding a roll of the next highest sized dice.
Okay.
So Jason rolls a d12 for his big fuck off axe. So if he did that, he would roll his crit plus his strength plus the axe bonus plus a d20.
Ooh.
Because
Oh
the
wow.
next size up from a d12 is a d20.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I bet you
So
do. So like
that's
the great
like
sword. So like a
like
two-handed sword is
40
2d6.
something, 50 something points of damage if you max it out.
Wow, yeah. Well, that's a big
Okay.
step. Yeah.
Now,
Um,
obviously, not everybody has a big fuck off two-handed axe, but
right, yeah, yeah. A great sword, so a two-handed sword is 2d6.
I'll be right back.
okay.
So if he was using a 2d6, if he was using a great sword, more chance of getting a 6, but the upscale is only a d8 versus a
Right.
d20. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So in that case, if you did it, you would just add a d8.
But every little bit helps.
Right.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have an unlimited explosion, but you'd pop off for sure.
Mhm.
Can
So let's
can you
play test
remind me
it and see how
with
it goes.
inspiration? You've got the I know where it is next to your level at the
Yep.
top right there.
Uh-huh.
So when it's lit up, that means it's available, right?
Yes. Everybody starts each session with one and only one point of inspiration.
Okay. And I apologize for asking this again, but level of exhaustion
Yes.
is located where
Underneath your
again?
portrait.
I'm sorry, underneath what?
Underneath your character portrait. Left-hand side, picture of you.
Got it.
There's 6
Okay,
dots.
got it. Okay.
Everybody good on that one?
Yep.
Cool. So I also was sharing with Howard, and I think it was shared with everybody. Shown, I should say. But I will make sure that it's shown. So what I have been doing is going through the transcripts of all of the videos from the earlier games, and I've gotten the first story arc turned into in character like journal log notes. Obviously, I don't have everything because it takes some time, but I've got the first arc done. So you guys can have a reference of what's come before.
Well, that's a lot of work. Sounds like a lot of work.
It's not too bad. I'm using well, it's not really an AI, but I'm using like Chat GPT type thing that I can feed the entire transcript into, and
Summarizes
then
it.
give it the rules, and it like I'm keeping notes about your characters and your behavior, and using that to create these kind of in character diary entries. I
Cool.
kind of thought it was nice and adds a little bit of something of your guys' past.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
cool, man.
So we're gonna jump into it. I don't know if Matt can hear us now. I'm ready to start with the recap.
Matt, you there?
I don't because the my laptop seems to have trouble running Forge when it's actually running, and um, Discord video. So I do just the audio, and I don't seem to have as many problems. But when I do the video, when I switch off the Forge screen, and then at some point to see what's going on Discord, and then I switch back to Forge, it almost always dumps, and then I have to reload. And
Yeah, I
Right.
had similar issues until I upgraded my laptop.
Got it.
I mean, it's
And
not
I
a fancy laptop by any means, and I don't have a
Yeah.
desktop that works anymore. And
it.
this is really the only thing I use my laptop for anymore. To read
Good use for
Wikipedia
it.
or something like that, maybe while I'm eating. But
One thing that I wanted to bring up that happened the other game, I can't stop people from digging through in another tab to look up monster stat blocks and what they can do and whatnot. And to a degree, I don't mind that you do because you're all playing professional adventurers that should have at least some information about a lot of monsters because that's why you're still alive. But when I start getting arguments about what a monster can and can't do, that's when I start changing stat blocks.
Dear Lord.
to be fair,
So,
I was arguing in the monster's favor.
I know, but it's just technically you're not supposed to be digging at all.
That's right.
And you certainly, if we were all in the same room at a table, I don't think anyone would consider it good etiquette to whip out their copy of the Monsters Manual and start flipping pages.
Well, you would see
So,
us doing that.
what's that?
You would see us doing that.
That's the equivalent of what you were doing. So I'm not gonna say I don't see it.
Well, I
I'm,
mean, I
I'm
My
know.
just
monster
asking
manual
that
may
it be
fall
kept at
apart though if I were to break mine out because it's from
Yeah, your
1981.
old monster manual.
right. Third edition, I'm guessing, if you still have it.
So I think so. I don't know. It's actually Howard's monster manual for some reason. We
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've got some pretty old ones too, I think.
So
it's got
anyway,
that's the
it's
one
just
that's got
a
like
comment about
for
like
your birthday, Howard. This is for your birthday or something written inscribed in it. Somehow we changed monster manuals back in the early 80s.
It was the first pressing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was the 80s. Yeah, I think we both put our money in and bought it.
I remember that copy.
I do too. That's the single copy of Deities we had.
Yeah,
it's funny because I used to have a copy too.
I think I've got that copy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right. So before I start the recap, anybody got anything else?
Was it banned by the moral majority or something?
Probably the same people that said it was going to turn you to Satan worship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's them. Oh,
Uh-huh. And that one was kind of cool, actually. Of course, they've never really codified. American Indian stuff's not really codified. Yeah, there was something else too.
I think that they had some like Hindi or Muslim stuff in it.
But like Scandinavians didn't have any problem with us putting the Norse guys in there.
Yeah.
It was
I
probably
think that- go ahead.
probably Tipper Gore.
Yeah, probably.
Nothing else to do.
so
Huh?
Yetis and Sasquatches were like banned.
Actually, when you said that, that was exactly what came to mind was Tipper Gore in the
She was
pure
the one who was leading that whole kind of like
Uh-huh.
thing at
I
the
remember,
time.
and
Yeah.
you remember she was going after Ozzy for the longest time.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start the recap, and then we'll unpause the game.
All right.
Deep within the corrupted mining outpost, our heroes follow the echoes of distant chanting that lead them to a chamber of horrors. There they had discovered two chain devils, tragic figures who were once human, no longer, tormenting a spectral prisoner. The battle that ensued was brutal, with the smaller devil, Catrixa, falling first to the party's combined might. Her companion, consumed by rage and grief at witnessing the demise of her companion, performed a horrific ritual that absorbed the ghost's essence, drawing its power in before turning her full fury on the group. Though several party members found themselves ensnared by the devil's razor-sharp chains, they ultimately prevailed. Among the devil's remains, they discovered matching necklaces of blackened iron, haunting artifacts that seemed to reach for each other when placed nearby, a grim reminder of the bond between the two devils that persisted even in their infernal forms. A wand of magic detection was also recovered, although its discovery would soon be overshadowed by the horrors that awaited them. Their path led toward a hall housing an imposing idol of Tyr, the maimed god of justice. Despite the mine's corruption, the statue remained charged with its divine purpose, its judgment swift and merciless against those with chaotic alignment. Both Marcus and Emiko bore the brunt of this celestial verdict, suffering grievous magical wounds for their irreverent natures. The encounter raised troubling questions about how the forces of law and chaos exist within these corrupted halls, especially given the evidence of the torture that they have witnessed. The party pressed on, discovering a nightmarish forge that revealed the true extent of the corruption that has taken root here. Documents scattered throughout tell the tale of noble intentions gone awry. Craftsmen brought in to create prosthetics for wounded soldiers, whose work devolved into something far more sinister. A blood-stained workbench spoke of surgical horrors, while a sketchbook chronicled the evolution of their craft from simple mechanical limbs to full-body modifications that blurred the lines between flesh and machine. The forge itself was a testament to the atrocities committed here. The magical forge dominated one wall, its drainage system designed to handle more than mere metal work. An artificer's workbench displayed an unsettling array of tools that seemed better suited for surgery than crafting. Most disturbing were the tally marks scratched into the wall. 147, 147 lives, 147 souls that were presumably counted as the subject of whatever twisted experiments took place here. As the last session drew to a close, the party found themselves depleted of resources and shaken by their discoveries. The distant sounds of chanting has grown stronger, suggesting that whatever dark ritual they may find here is drawing near. Each member, contemplating the horrors they had witnessed, steel themselves to continue on. And we're unpaused.
So, are there? I don't see any other doors that we've not already been through. Is that true?
It is, yeah, I mean, sure.
No.
Not in this room.
Oh.
And to the very lower the bottom of the map, um, is that a dead end, or we just didn't go down there?
Uh, where you're at? No, you just didn't go
Right
down there.
here.
There is a door there.
There's a door here. Okay.
Yeah, is it a door or is it a portcullis? It is a door.
Hey, so
Can
hold,
you? Oh, I
hold
see
on
it.
for just a second. Uh, where are we at on resting?
Well,
You have one more, and then you have to take a long rest. Well, you don't
so
have to
what
take a long rest, but you'll be out of short rests.
When
do
will
we
we
want? I
be
mean,
eligible for a long rest?
Uh, I will. You will be eligible for a long rest during this session.
but not right now.
It would be early, but you could take a long rest now. Um, you're kind of screwing with your internal clocks, as it were.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, I can just take an inventory of where we're at. With myself, I've got 33 of 56 hit points, and I'm down a level of exhaustion. So I'm a little concerned that if we run into something serious, I may not have the hit points to absorb the damage that I'm good at doing. So
Well, and I've got one first level spell. I'm full hit points, but I've got one first level spell, and that's it. So that wouldn't break my heart. I thought too maybe we could figure out what some of those other magic items were um, on our long rests. Well, I mean, we could just hang out in this room, trying to figure out what those magic items are until it's time for a long rest, right?
No, you would have to take a long rest.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we could stall for time, that the time that it would be appropriate to take the long rest by sitting in this room and just waiting. And oh yeah, by the way, while we're waiting, we'll be checking out what those magic items are, right? And then take our long rest and be fully charged for whatever's in store for us.
So the hit point short rest idea, that'll get some hit points back, but it's not gonna get us spells. And it's not gonna get my exhaustion back. I mean, I would like to have the frenzy attack available again, and I would lose the level of exhaustion, and I'd go down 2, which I think is that movement, past
Yeah.
my movement, I think. So, and
I don't think the first level of exhaustion doesn't hurt your movement.
no, second does though.
Yeah, second does.
Yeah.
And he's at one
So,
level now. So if he did a
That's right.
frenzy again, he'd be
Yeah, exactly. Right.
hobbled.
Yeah. So I guess I guess the downside to taking a long rest now is we're static and we could be attacked, right? Is there any other downside?
Well, yeah, I mean, we'd start the clock again for our next long rest too. I think wouldn't be a terrible thing either, because we're using a prodigious amount of special capabilities on each of these things.
So yeah, I guess is anybody really against doing a long rest sooner than later?
No, I'm
I'd
not
say if
against
not,
it.
then- I'd say if not, then I think there's more advocates for it than not. There's neutral and there's advocates. So
Sure. I'm just going to ask it this way: is anyone against the party taking a long rest right now?
I don't really need it myself, but I'll
Right.
do whatever is good for the group. I mean, I could take the brunt of the watching out so that everybody can make sure that they get a good night's rest. I don't have
I will be
I
fair
guess
to
I have
you.
used the spells.
You should have a climbing kit, like pitons,
Yeah,
and you could wedge the doors. There's 2 doors into this
Yeah.
room.
there you go. I was gonna suggest something like that.
All right.
But we could definitely make some nasty surprises for anybody coming in through those doors.
Sure. Well, then I'm gonna. Yep. Go ahead.
Uh, and those doors both open in or out.
They would be opening in.
are we concerned about this drain? Something coming out through this drain?
I don't know. Are you?
I guess a question to the party.
Ah.
And if
Well, we don't
so,
know how big around is it.
It's got a grill on it, right?
Yeah. It's
well,
got a grill.
the girl's broken. It looks like though.
Well, you could have any kind of incorporeal form. I mean, well, that could come up to the floor anyway. But mist form or anything. I mean, coming up from below. Yeah. I was thinking of
You gotta-
something in mist form.
We got a magic dome spell or something we could throw over that grate.
Right. Got the iron dome.
No, we could,
Well,
we could just keep it. We're going to
if
have a
nothing else,
sentry, so he could keep an eye on that,
yeah. I
Mhm.
think if nothing else, I'm gonna take that table and flip it over and throw it over that grate and
Sure.
weigh it down with whatever.
Any
is
fumes
available
coming
in
up
the
from
room.
that?
Just the normal smoke that you're getting out of all of the blue flames.
Did we look down in there?
Not like investigating it down there, but I mean you've looked down there and saw that it was a pit of blue flames.
Oh, that's all it is. It's just a pit of blue flames.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
thing is blue flames. Okay.
I mean, you could probably try and wedge the grate up and go down there if you want, but No one has done that.
Well, just looking at it, I don't know that if the whole thing is blue flames, then I don't think we need to go down in there, but
Yeah.
Better dungeon design.
I think this is more along the lines of 13 Ghosts guy. You know, the
I've
It
never
does.
seen that movie. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
So,
yeah.
Mike, just to verify that it looks like as I zoom in, the grate is actually not broken. It's just the blue flame covering.
Well, it looks like there's a hand coming out of it though,
Well, it's a bony hand that's
It's an arm.
lying
It's an arm bone.
on top.
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
top. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So I'm ready for a long rest. Let's do it.
All right. So
Yeah.
everybody that's going to long rest, and I assume that is everybody. Let's do this in order. Go ahead and hit your long rest, get your hit points back, and most importantly, everybody has to spend a ration. No free lunches in the dungeon.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay. So just take one off. All right. Okay. We should probably update our D&D Beyond, right? With that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always assumed that you guys are
Yeah.
keeping your Beyond character current at some
Yeah.
point.
Okay. All right, done.
Let's let everybody catch up here.
Yeah, I'm not. I got to do my long
Well,
rest thing.
while they're doing that, Mike, I did take the long rest. My level of exhaustion is still showing. Do I
It's because
manually
it
click
doesn't
on it?
automatically remove it, but
Okay.
you've
All
taken a
right.
long rest, so you can go ahead and just click on the filled in circle and remove it.
Yeah. All right.
And it should also remove the condition that you had of exhaustion. You can.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna run down, and I'm just gonna do it because I don't know offhand who has what. So
Right.
Howard,
See,
what are you investigating? Oh, okay.
Okay, one ration down again. And D&D Beyond.
Alrighty. If
Did
you
you
would
have
just
a
make
first
sure that
level? Did you have a
you got
first
it.
level spell left over? Yeah, but you could check it at the start and then because don't you have early watch anyway? Normally, because you have day vision, so we normally put you on early watch and then the guys with dark vision go later, right? Right. So it doesn't
And you're
matter.
also still concentrating on a light spell, which I don't think is true anymore. So if you would bop that off. All right. Like a glow stick.
You know, okay. I was gonna say I've got a light spell cantrip as well, if you wanted to concentrate on something else. Is that a concentration spell?
I believe that light is a concentration spell.
Mine isn't. Mine is,
It is not.
yeah.
Right. Hmm. Well, that's what we're determining. Yep. If you've got magic items that you want to try and identify, so to identify something, you're going to need to pull it into your inventory. Yeah. It could be an incompatibility between party inventory and the other. If you pull them into your inventory, are they still identified? Yeah, so it's an incompatibility. Well, you know what they are, so I guess I'll. Yeah, if you would. Yeah, you're fine. I don't know what this is. Some people I think have been adding items on accident because the party inventory has a bunch of empty items. So I'm just going to delete them. Yeah, I think somebody clicked add new entry a few times on accident. And ended up creating a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I think that was only the one thing.
No, weren't there were multiple things. It was just that everybody, the way we had it set up was everybody pulled it into their inventory. And so now you've got to go in to figure out what everybody's personal inventory has in it that's unidentified, right?
I thought we only
Yeah.
pulled them in when we identified them.
No, we changed that. We were doing it just pull it into your inventory to get it out of the creature, right? Because you
Mhm.
clicked on the creature and it came up, and then everybody just started pulling shit out. And then, oh yeah, I wasn't a big fan because it was all disorganized and we didn't know what we were pulling into our inventories. So people got to look in their inventories now and look and see for whatever they have that's unidentified.
Well, like Marcus looks like he's got a green crystal rock.
Yeah, that's that rock that I chipped off that living rock thing that
Somehow you got what? Yeah, I was trying to pull up the description. That was me.
that's the only thing I've got in my inventory outside the norm.
I think it was the gems. You guys hadn't identified the gemstones.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You sure? Because I thought there were like
They're
two
not
or three.
magical, but
There were 2 or 3 magic items there, right? There was the
I think
boots.
I've got one that we haven't.
Oh, that's right. And then
yep.
the wand. Okay.
Oh,
No,
was the
that's about
boots
right.
what I gave you when I couldn't identify it?
Yeah, he's identified them now.
Okay, all right.
They are boots of striding and springing.
Sprinting, springing. Okay.
Springing.
Could I make you? Is there anybody else that can make use of those?
Anybody could.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not reading this right, but is that really an advantage for you?
Well, yes.
He's a halfling, so his base walking speed is 25.
Yeah.
So this would
Oh,
get him 5 feet of walking speed per turn, and he would
okay.
be able to jump much further.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good with
I
that.
mean, unless
Right.
somebody else needs it.
Right. Anybody that wants to jump would get use out of those boots. I think in 5e, I've always interpreted it as your base move speed is your like fast walk, whatever you want to call it, and then dashing is running. I've never thought of breaking it down to an even slower walk speed.
Yeah, because I've looked at things for armor, right? The different types of armor or whatever, and those things it seems like those things consider your base movement speed as 30 feet. And then
Hmm.
if you wear heavier armor or whatever, again, now they're probably focused on combat and not day-to-day walking. But
Yeah, because this doesn't sound very remarkable.
yeah, I mean, that's what I was when I was reading it. I was like, I guess you could jump 30 feet, but
Yeah.
you know,
All right. Well, you may put it in my inventory then.
yep, that'd be fun.
Okay. So what I do is
Drag it in.
uh,
All right. So as you attempt to rest in this corrupted forge, Dwyn and Emiko feel that your arcane senses are overwhelmed by a convergence of power beneath the black stone floor. As you attempt to rest, it seems like the golden veins in the walls pulse like fevered arteries, each throb sending waves of magic resonance through your body. You feel your connection to the weave feel simultaneously strengthened and distorted, like looking through a warped mirror. In the quiet moments between the distant chanting, you can feel the magic trying to replenish within you, but it returns tainted with whispers of power you never asked for. The surgical tools on the artificer's bench occasionally gleam with an inner light that corresponds to your magical restoration, as if remembering the ancient rites performed here long ago. When you finally close your eyes to rest, the magical energies manifest as vivid impressions. The screech of metal on bone, the taste of copper and ozone, the sensation of hundreds of ghastly hands trying to reach through your skin. The very air seems to thicken around you as you draw in magical energy, and the 147 tally marks on the wall cast long shadows that move independent of the cold blue flames. Most disturbing is the way your own magic feels eager to meld and join with the corrupted energies of this place. As you replenish your spell slots, it comes with a momentary vision of flesh fusing with metal, of boundaries between body and forge blurring the ways in which should not be possible. You sense that while magic cast here might be more potent, it carries the risk of drawing upon the chamber's twisted essences. There is no game impact. That is all just the in-game response to your long rest. You also need to roll 2d20, Howard. Refresh your portents, good sir.
I can't find the list of items.
Like party items?
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
and you'll go ahead and note those. I'll also write it down.
What was that roll for?
I think DeWin is geared up to be savior of the party this session.
Portends, Jason.
What was it?
Portends. Portends.
Got it. Yeah.
Howard saw the future, and it was bright. Almost devilishly so.
His future's so bright, he's got to wear shades.
Yes.
Pretty much. All right, so we've taken a long rest. Anybody that's got spells to shuffle, I'm assuming is shuffling them. Is the party ready to move out?
Yeah, I have a quick question before we do. So that book
Yes.
with the alterations in it, were any of those alterations ones that we could do now?
The Book of Alterations in this room. The Book of Alterations is mainly related to prosthetics. So let me pull up my notes. Yeah,
I don't know. Hey, I
so,
can
yeah,
wield
so
two
the
weapons at once
journal-
and still have a shield.
Right. So the journal was talking initially about creating prosthetics for wounded soldiers that had missing limbs before conducting increasingly unethical experiments. So yes, you could use this to jumpstart some sort of medieval fantasies themed cybernetic conversion, but you couldn't do it here. You don't have the materials.
Okay.
It would also involve surgery.
All right, so that's something to store then. To explore later.
That's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll
If
put
you
be
want
back.
to make a note in your here, I'll just add it for you. Let me add a loot item to your character. Well, it certainly would be a stretch to make it look good.
She could go argue it with that statue of Tyr if she wants. I mean, if it helps me kill bad guys, it can't be all bad.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, that's lawful neutral, baby. That's lawful neutral. Life is a paladin of vengeance. That's our credo.
You can be your armor.
All right, where are we going?
Hold on, I didn't expect anyone to want to use that book for future use, so I'm typing
I'm not
something
saying
real
I
quick.
will. I just want to explore the option.
Right.
Although some Wolverine claws wouldn't be bad.
Well, or like a Steve Austin $6 million arm. right? On my
Yeah.
sword arm.
But then
That
you would
wouldn't
go
be
no no no
terrible.
no 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 no
Or
no
the
every
or
time
the
you use it.
eye that you could look through, you know?
Maybe.
Well, if you're gonna go that far, have the eye on the back of your head so you never get surprised.
Maybe. Unless you're wearing a
Oh,
helmet.
the game just went private and I must log in to access it.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
we
new.
we kind of fixed that Elmore glitch. We find it's better to just not tell people that we fixed the glitch. Do that on a Sunday so that, nobody's at the office.
did it really go private?
Well, I think I don't know. I think my system just decided to log itself out of it because it made me log in all over again.
Oh, mine went dark. I don't know, maybe that. Let me refresh.
It's putting me back in now.
All right. Well, as soon as
I'm
everybody's
downloading
in,
world data.
all right. Say when you're done.
I do not remember logging in like this earlier. So maybe it just decided I timed out and needed to relog in.
Could be, could be.
All right, I'm back.
All right. So, parties had their long rest. You spent your ration, and you're ready to move out.
All right, we want to. What door do we want to head to?
Well, you've been through both doors, so technically anybody could walk through.
Yep.
Yeah, but are we going to go? I think we've identified two doors to go to. One is this one that's close to us, and then the other one is the one Howard pointed out up here. Yeah, let's do it. Do this one.
All right, I'm just waiting for whoever's gonna.
Johnny, you want to lead the way?
Yep, I see him. All right. Don't forget, check for traps.
Yep. I cannot see through the keyhole. And uh, can't be picked. And I will check for traps and I will listen to the door.
Yep. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's see what you hear. And if that made sense.
Yeah, let's smell what you see.
Did
Listen,
anybody taste
you
that
smell
color?
Yeah. Give me a roll.
Yeah, I'm pulling up my notes. Give me a second. I have copious notes. You hear what languages do you speak? Yanni, 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 Yanni.
Gnomish,
You
thieves,
you
and
hear
common
you
halfling.
hear sinister chanting from the other side, low and indistinct, in a language that you don't know, punctuated by what you can only describe as the groans of a dying man regretting his life.
Nice. Does anybody know Infernal? Or
No, I know Draconic and Goblin.
Check it.
This room was one of those ones that I wanted to have animated but couldn't.
Oh,
It would have been too much of a strain on poor Brad's laptop.
Brad.
I'm looking. I'm having
It is
trouble.
about halfway. If you're on your front of your sheet, well, I don't know if you're in the legacy or the newer sheet, so I don't know.
Well, I was trying on D&D Beyond because I have
Oh.
luck with those kind of specialty things. Okay, here we go. Biography. Well, it's not under biography.
Features and traits, maybe.
Spells,
I'll just tell
features.
you, nobody speaks Infernal.
Okay.
It's good exercise, though. Trying to figure out where my fucking languages are.
All right. Well, I tell them that we
It's
hear
on the front
someone
page.
chanting in what I could only think is possibly infernal, and that I describe to him what I hear. Anyway, well, we
You
don't
have no idea.
have no idea. It's what I would imagine is infernal.
It is not undercommon.
It's under uncommon.
It's under celestial.
Yeah. Guttural, celestial, I don't know.
Right.
Okay.
Is
So
that
yeah,
like a romance
you-
language?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
trying to open the door, and it appears to be either jammed or it's pushing back against you trying to open it.
Say,
Yeah.
wait. Say that again.
I said, as you try and open and examine the door, it is either jammed or it's pushing back against you.
Interesting.
We should try to see if there's magic, if it's like magically whatevered.
And there's nothing I can peer through at all.
No.
No. Maybe Howard, maybe Dwayne should come up here and check this thing out.
I concur. See if it's hermetically
On the plus side,
sealed.
you don't detect anything that looks suspicious like a trap.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's any traps, but I just feel like we're missing something. So if we could have Duane up here.
Sure. Go ahead and roll Arcana. So on a 19, you don't detect any wizard lock. You don't detect any wards. You definitely feel strong pulses of unusual magic from the room beyond. Almost like the weave is calling out to you, and it's not happy.
It's not a happy place.
Not a happy place, no.
This is not your happy place.
Okay, so everybody needs to start thinking about puppies and get your mindset.
Yeah.
Oh, also for just
IU?
game notes. So I had tried out the whole pop-ups when people enter rooms, but I decided it's still here, but I'm gonna read out because it, for our uncounted number of viewers, they wouldn't necessarily see the pop up. So I'm gonna read it out as you go into rooms. So
Too many to count.
too many to count.
That's right.
So
Too many to count.
too many to count.
You didn't
Right.
make the tournament.
So what are you
Pathetic.
gonna do? So
Too many to count.
so it's not locked.
Too
Like I
many
said,
to
it's
count.
it's either
You didn't
jammed,
make the
wedged, something on the other side is pushing back to hold the door
Pathetic.
closed. You don't know.
Grand Canyon made it though.
Grand Canyon.
Right.
You know who also made it?
Side is pushing
Do
back
you
to hold
remember
the door
Jason
closed.
Williams?
You don't know.
Uh-huh.
His son, who's like 6'10", plays for Lipscomb. In Nashville, and they made the NCAA tournament.
Not seeing them. Where are they?
Yeah.
Are they in this game?
Someone's getting irritated.
Because I can fix that.
Dungeon Master burn.
Oh yeah, they are. I played the Marquette. How about that? 14 seed.
Yeah.
All right, I'll root for him.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that we're old enough that people our age have kids in the NCAA tournament? I mean, Howard's kids are beyond that, right? I mean, your oldest
How old are your
daughter.
kids, Howard?
Wow, so she'd have been in the tournament 10 years ago. That's nuts. All right. Anyway, sorry. I just saw the headline flash across my screen and I had to look. Purdue got a 4 seed, by the way. Okay, I'm done. No more.
So what are you guys gonna do?
We need muscle to open that door, it sounds like.
All right. When we try it.
Well, you guys did pound open a few doors already.
Chanting behind it.
You're on mute, Matt.
Can I roll perception to see if there's any other way to open this door or any other things that I can see about it?
Sure.
Like, oh, there's a latch right over here. I don't
Is
know.
it opening towards us or away from us?
Away. Yeah, you don't find any latches. You don't find any like obvious welcome mats with a key underneath it or pressure plates or anything like that.
Okay.
So if it
Digital
opens away
keypad?
from us, does that mean the hinges are on our side, aren't they?
No, they're
No,
on
the other
No, they'd
side.
be on the other side.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, Marcus, if you want to try to, I can't remember what your strength is, but
You sure? Because like on an interior, so like I'm thinking of my front door, right? Opens. No, it opens in. It opens towards me. Never mind. I'll shut up.
Yeah, but my strength's 17.
Okay.
If anybody's got better or equal, they're willing to try.
Mine's decent, but yours is better. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit. There we go. All right.
Was that Control Shift click?
Yeah.
Uh,
What was that, Mike?
I got to look it up. I have to look it up for you guys every week.
I can't remember it
Nope,
ever.
Did I
Let's
just
see.
open it?
It looks like if you hover over it and then use L, hover over the door, and then use the L key.
I did it.
No, it said failed to break lock.
Yeah, I closed it because I didn't know if I should have opened it.
So, well, I mean, if you can open it, sure. It's supposed to be locked.
There, it's open.
All right.
But all I did was click on the door, by the way. I didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I forgot to set it locked, but I did set the other stuff. All right. So as you cross over the threshold of this room, your sense of direction immediately warps. The polished black stone floor seems to tilt and shift beneath your feet, and for a dizzying moment you feel gravity pulling you sideways toward the wall. Above, a swirling vortex of dark energy churns against the ceiling like an inverted whirlpool, its motion creating patterns that draw and hold your gaze. The blue flames from the corridor cast their light differently here. The shadows they create seem to move in the wrong direction, and the golden veins in the wall pulse with increased intensity. Each pulse corresponds to whispers that echo everywhere and nowhere, speaking words that hover just beyond comprehension. Around the chamber's perimeter, ancient runes circle the walls, their edges worn smooth as glass. Looking closer, you can see why. Deep grooves in the stone show where chains have been dragged countless times around the chamber's circumference, and the runes themselves bear witness to the passing of countless feet forced to walk this circular path. Small alcoves punctuate the walls, each containing partly melted candles of darkened wax. The dried wax has run down the walls in patterns that look unsettlingly like reaching hands, and in the flickering light, these patterns seem to move. The air grows thicker as you venture further in, and you notice that the vortex overhead pulses in rhythm with your movements, as if watching, waiting. Most disturbing are the bloodstains on the floor. They haven't simply stained the stones, but have formed intricate patterns that suggest purpose rather than chaos. These dark designs seem to draw your eye toward the chamber's center, where the conflicting gravitational forces are strongest.
Okay, so I'm not actually in the room. I'm observing this from the doorway, but um, I'm seeing all this, but am I feeling the effects that you're describing?
The gravitational, I mean, I read it out ever so slightly early
It's
because,
like optical
okay,
illusion stuff, or like when you're in a fun house, maybe.
something like that.
So I'd like
Well,
to
do
pause. I'd like to pause a moment, and
But it's
I would like to
disconcerting. It
invoke
sounding.
the clause of collective bargaining at this point, and would like to ask for a raise. And again, why did we need to come to this accursed place?
So I could use my feather of falling up.
Right.
well, maybe you should go first then, Sese.
Okay. Where am I going?
Step into the room.
Okay. Hold on. Let
Someone,
me
someone who's got good
here's the
armor, maybe. I wouldn't mind taking a perception check in the room for any creatures.
Sure. Well, go ahead and go into the room first.
I will go in.
here I'll go.
All
Boop.
right.
Yeah, I wanted to have the lights moving in a circle, but
That would have
you
been
see,
cool.
yeah, I really wanted to, but it was too big. It would have made Sesse's or Brad's laptop smoke. So yeah, you've got this whirlpool, and then looking up, you see that there's like not will-o'-the-wisps, closer to like firefly lights circling around this inverted whirlpool that goes up into the ceiling. And you have, clearly it's abnormal. You didn't see this whirlpool on the level above you.
But there's nothing in here, creature wise,
Creature
person wise.
wise, there's nothing ready to jump out and go, "Oh, booga, booga, booga." No.
Okay, I'm gonna slide over out of the doorway so that other people can enter if they wish.
I'm not going in there.
The barbarian
No, I'm
says
kidding.
no. Speaking of which, I'm curious. I think Marcus was kind of a plains and forests kind of barbarian. How is he holding out in under several tons worth of rock and dirt?
He's feeling a little uneasy, but he's making do. Doesn't love it. Looking forward to getting out of here, but
Right, right,
realize
right.
there's a job to be
I'm
done.
gonna roll perception for any immediate dangers in here.
Well, I think immediate dangers would have already hit us
Right.
immediately upon entering the room.
Well, maybe not like that, but any lurking.
Lurking.
Well, like I said, you guys have looked for dangers and not seen any obvious dangers.
Why doesn't somebody throw something into that whirlpool and see what happens?
Is that a third tier? Is there like immediate, obvious, and then lurking danger? Hidden danger is a fourth. So there's 4 conditions there we got to deal with.
Hey, quit sucking up to the dungeon master.
Well, I'm just saying.
He's just
You
giving
said
me
you came
ideas.
in to do a roll for immediate dangers, and then it wasn't immediate dangers; it was lurking dangers.
Right.
But
So
now,
on a 15, you kind of search around and you find a loose stone in that corner where you're at. A loose stone in the wall.
Ooh.
pull it out, man. Pull it out.
I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, pull it out. Throw
I'm
it in
gonna
the
just
middle
go
of
to
that.
announce. I found this loose stone.
Pull it out and throw it in the whirlpool thing. See what happens.
All right, I'm gonna pull it
Maybe
out.
maybe we need
right.
DeWin to check it out.
So you pull out, and behind the stone you find some scraps of paper.
Oh.
And it is not. It's kind of above your head, but
Careful, could be
the
hidden danger.
the parts that you're reading describe experiments in gravitational manipulation via soul energy.
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
So
And
it's
now you've been a
controlled
rock.
by soul power.
Who's got the book?
I got the book.
You got the book. Hey, say I got some papers for your book.
All right, we'll put it in here. And
I'm not going to update the description every time you find something you want to stick it into it. So I will depend on you keeping track of those notes.
uh-oh. Where's that's in my inventory?
It is in your inventory, yes.
And they didn't appear to be like spells. They were just notes.
It's magical theory.
Okay.
Where's DeWin? Are you behind Emiko?
Of course he is.
Yeah, there you are.
So yeah, you've got this room with runes around it, and then some blood stains, and then the inverted whirlpool.
Well, I think we should throw something into the whirlpool and see what happens. I'll take a copper piece and
Sure. Do you want to throw a copper piece in?
yeah.
You just throw that rock. Elmore's got a rock handy. Just throw the rock in there.
Has that rock been examined? Is it worth
It's just a rock somebody pulled out of the wall to stick some notes behind as a hidden
okay. All right.
lurking
Well,
treasure.
let's throw that. Who's got the rock? You want to throw it in there?
That's
Throw it in there,
Elmore's got
Elmore.
the rock.
Go ahead, Elmore. Throw it
you're
in
on
there.
mute, Elmore.
I'll hold your beer.
Galen.
Okay, I'll throw it. I'm good with peer pressure.
Sure. All right. You kind of get underneath and kind of do your whole underhanded toss up. And the rock It flies up, and you see it's not going as fast as you would expect. Its momentum is very odd, off, I should say. And it kind of wavers to the side like it's being pulled as it goes up, until finally it reaches the whirlpool, and you hear it start to crack and break apart as it's sucked through the whirlpool.
Sucked.
We got a black hole.
I mean,
Ah,
for a player's perspective, that's the best way to describe it.
So it's sucked up into the ceiling.
Yeah, or somewhere.
I don't know. It seems like it's on the up and up.
Are you sure I can throw the switch to make it go from suck to blow?
Yeah.
And
so
then
and it just disappears.
well, it broke up, but yeah, then it got sucked into the ceiling,
And so
or
like
wherever that whirlpool goes, I should say.
so there is we can see the ceiling above the whirlpool.
No, it's set into the ceiling.
Okay, so it just kind of disappears.
Yes.
Is it like a black void or something up there that we're
Is it,
seeing?
say again?
Is it like a black void?
No, it's got you can see, just like the picture, you can see like white currents
Uh-huh.
and eddies along the surface. You know, if it were flipped over, it would
Uh-huh.
it would look a lot like a regular whirlpool. Right? So you've got
But
like
we can't.
the foam and the froth of whatever it's made of churned up, and then you've got the firefly lights circling around it as well. Take that, invert it, stick it into the ceiling.
So the
So-
rock got turned into Hawking radiation or something like that.
I
Well,
don't know that Galen would describe it that way, but yeah, that's as close as it's going to get for players.
So do we actually see a ceiling? We don't see a ceiling.
You see a ceiling around the whirlpool,
Okay.
but not through the whirlpool.
So if I go, so I'm standing off to the side now, and I
Right.
look up,
Yeah.
right? And where this funnel touches the ceiling, is there ceiling still there, or is it nothing there?
Ceiling, whirlpool.
Wait, am I supposed to be looking on Discord?
They're effectively indistinguishable. They're at the same level.
Well, anybody want to go for a ride?
No, I don't think
No.
anybody should go in there.
Nope.
Then
And then as since Yanni is in there, you notice tallies scratched on the wall near the door of the notation is 666 rotations.
666, the number of the beast.
I think that's part of Tippergore's phone number too.
For a good time, call 666.
Well, this is it. This is a total homage to the earlier one, right? I mean, no, it's not. Yeah, because it's not brilliant like the first one, right? It's just an homage to the first one. Let's just keep that straight, right? I mean, it's already been brought up once. Once you break the tipper bubble, right? I knew a girl named Pandora once. Never opened.
Was she a stripper in Florida?
No, she was in a movie, Notting Hill. Right. The Welsh roommate says, "I knew a girl named Pandora, but I never opened her box."
So I was close.
Well, I don't want to trademark, and I know how big YouTube is on trademarks.
Right. We wouldn't want Howard's channel to get a trademark strike.
Right. Yeah, because I used a line from Notting Hill because they've got AI fucking listening to all our conversations,
Copyright.
All right,
It'd be
all right.
copyright, not trademark.
monitoring it for
That's right.
copyright violations.
What are you guys gonna do? Anything else in
Well-
this room? Or are you gonna?
Bomb, president.
I'd say if we're not gonna, if we want to stay away from the whirlpool and we've looked or we feel we've looked around the room, let's move on. I mean, there's this. Is this just a passageway right here?
Yeah, it's just an archway.
Elmore's
Open
two-fisted.
archway.
There's a door down by me.
Are you two-fisted in there?
No, my wife's just bringing me beers because she's a good
It's
woman.
refilling. Okay. Anybody got
Um,
anything they want to destroy?
No.
Mm.
Have we?
We need to remember this in case we ever get a cursed item. We can bring it back here and throw it in the whirlpool.
I say we go go through this archway.
Is it a golden archway?
Like McDonald's?
Yeah. Half a McDonald's.
Go get some chicken nuggies.
Yeah. Send the barbarian. Send the barbarian through the arches.
You want me to go through the arch? I'll go through the arch.
No, I'll go through the arch. I got the armor.
You got the perception checks and stuff?
No. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at that. What are you gonna do? Throw Yanni in there?
Looks like he's jumped into the breach.
All right. Lead away, little man.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Do I see or hear anything around the corner?
It's kind of hard to concentrate with the
Sound of a
sounds
whirlpool?
coming from the vortex.
Mhm.
But
What
you,
sound
you
was
don't
coming from
perceive
the
anything
vortex?
offhand.
The infernal whispering.
Was that the chanting? Was that coming from the vortex?
It's at least partly coming from it. There's an undercurrent, but it is not the entire chant.
Who's got big ears? Omnidirectional ears. How about Legade? Can he like direction find? Are we headed towards more chanting? Or is the chanting concentrated on the whirlpools?
I will say that Legade's focus is on vision.
Oh yeah, not hearing.
Yeah.
That makes
All right,
sense.
so I got a door to the north, and then I got a passageway to the south. The door to the north is back into that room to the north of us. With that,
Oh, it just goes back there.
Yep.
All right. Well, all right. Are we going to stick with our typical formation here?
Yep.
All right. So let's go south
Was
then.
this door openable? Did we even try it? We never tried it. It never even showed up, right?
No, it showed up. I just think nobody ever tried it.
Okay. I'm trying the. Why will it not?
Isn't it shift plus right click on the door icon?
I was left clicking. Sorry. Can't be picked. Can I use my key on it?
There's no keyhole. It's just stuck.
Okay. The door is now unlocked. All right. In case we need to make our way out. Kind of looking ahead, Mike. Do I see anything abnormal?
Define abnormal in this location.
Am I looking through a temporal vortex to another plane of dimension of existence? I don't know.
A gelatinous cube.
Yeah, am I looking through a gelatinous cube? That'd be a good one.
You
What
do
was
not
that?
You don't detect any gelatinous cube.
Well,
As you creep down the corridor, the
mhm.
polished black stone walls seem to close in around you. The
Oh.
golden mineral veins pulse with an eerie luminescent they pulse with an eerie luminescence that casts strange shadows that dance and writhe in the cold blue light of the sulphurous flames. With each step forward, the chant grows more distinct, yet somehow more wrong and more distant at the same time, as if sound itself was being twisted by whatever awaits. The
I
air
think
grows.
we've already gone through the portal.
Yeah, maybe. Accidentally stepped through. The air grows thicker, carrying a metallic taste that makes your tongue tingle. Occasionally, faces seem to emerge from the stone walls, their expressions frozen in eternal agony before melting back into the shadows. These manifestations become more frequent as you progress down the hallway, suggesting you're drawing closer toward one of the mine's more corrupt locations. Ahead, you can see where the corridor rounds the bend, but you cannot see around it.
Maybe we should just go back.
I know what's going on. The walls of this dungeon are covered in the cyclobin mushrooms.
Why don't you see if you can
You,
walk back
you
down the
didn't know it, but
hallway?
you all rubbed a frog on yourself when
Right,
you were
right.
taking
Yep,
on
yep.
the-
Smoked
Why
a-
don't you see
smoked
if
a
you can
frog.
walk back down the hallway to us?
Well,
All right, you stay there, and we'll go down here, and then we'll come back.
Well, I'm just saying, why don't you see if you can come back or not for the rest of us to know whether or not we need to.
Go down this hallway.
So
Well,
he's
I
the
guess
canary.
I guess I'm the only one left, so never
You
mind.
are the only one left.
All right, so I'm coming. I'm
No,
in the
I'm-
hallway.
all right. I'm gonna search this door and see if I find anything.
Yep.
Very terrible.
It looks fine.
Okay. Search the passage around. Do I need to roll anything additional?
You don't see anything unusual.
other than faces
think
in the
they're making-
wall.
I think they're making it easier for us to come down here like we're dinner.
Yep.
Well, I hear elves taste better than everybody else.
Well, they're
And
leaner
big.
for sure.
We're corn fed. We're not corn fed. That'd be Marcus. We're free range.
Organic.
Elven bread.
All right.
Linda?
Do I hear anything?
You don't hear anything other than the crackle of flames.
Okay. Oh, that was kind of jarring.
Yeah, just get some ice. Sorry.
Is that
That-
another one of those statues? Is that what that is?
Brad just had a stroke and fell down.
It's the ice is all.
He failed
That-
his deck save.
Is that
is what
another
it
one
is.
of those statues? What am I looking at there?
Yeah, that's just a statue. It's of a man in armor.
Okay.
This one isn't particularly twisted at all. It's just a
Oh.
guy in armor.
I'm gonna
This
look
might be a
around
trap.
the-
It's a trap.
I'm gonna look around the edge of the door, the area beyond. Anything?
Yeah. What I will do is I will read the description.
Okay.
This chamber marks a transition, the carefully laid flagstones giving way to more raw, unfinished stone. The black rock beneath your feet sparkles with golden veins, creating an uncanny resemblance to a starlit night sky. The familiar blue flames cast their cold light across the stone canvas, making the stones seem to shimmer with cosmic depths. At the chamber's heart stands a desecrated statue of Lady Soon. Sorry, I misremembered about the statue. Its once graceful form now broken and defiled. Two stone altars flank the ruined deity. In the northern one still bearing grim testimony to past rituals in the form of a complete skeleton stretched out across its surface as if in final supplication. There are 4 exits in this unhallowed space. A door to the southwest, a wooden door in the western wall, which is the one you're at, another in the northeast corner, and beyond that, an archway that leads. I lost my space. An archway that leads to a dead end. The distant chanting seems to take an almost mocking tone here, as if celebrating the perversion of what was once perhaps a sacred space.
Okay.
And you're still going to get the pop-up because I need it for the notes.
Yep. Okay, so I got a stone slab with a large skeleton on it.
It's human-sized.
Oh, well, it's taken up like 10 feet from end to end.
Well, if you put somebody on a rack long enough.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That's nasty. Okay.
How do you think we got giraffes?
Yeah. Is the remains, or they look like they're intact, or is that just all that's left is
I mean,
bone?
the bones are intact, if that's what you're asking.
All right, I'll let everybody come in here and kind of.
And I wanna roll perception for anything like a hidden critter monster
Hidden
danger.
critter. Sure. Go ahead and roll. You don't perceive any hidden critters.
Okay, just a door down here.
Yeah, there's a door
So,
down in the
And there's
southwest.
that door
so,
that's to the place in the north.
so a perception check for a hidden critter, would that also expose a lurking critter?
It would expose a lurking critter if you rolled high enough.
Okay.
Well,
Sure. Okay. Go ahead and
is that
cast.
for Emiko?
Put the yeah. Is that Emiko doing it or is it Dewin doing it? All right.
But you're doing it on behalf of Emiko's
Well, I
well-being.
didn't hear that. I just heard he's decided to do it.
Oh. I'm, no one ever tells me anything, so.
So put that into the chat so I can see what its limits are, because it's a fairly low level spell if I remember right. Yeah. Long as it's not more than a foot in any one dimension. It'll take you a couple castings to fix everything. You're gonna need to roll a. I'm gonna ask for an investigation roll to get all the pieces because it doesn't replace missing pieces. So I'm gonna ask for an investigation basically to find the missing pieces and get them all fitted in the right space, and then use mending.
I will assist. There you go.
All right. I wasn't expecting that, so let me So as you finish the last of your casting, you are greeted with divine light coming from the statue once more.
Oh, that's awesome.
As you feel Soon's gaze brush upon this once holy place. And I will give DeWin a second point of inspiration.
Nice.
For this session only, of course.
I would have never thought of any of that.
And you also feel in your heart that this, at least for now, is a safe place in this dungeon.
I get the, from Big Trouble in Little China when they got in that elevator after drinking those shots. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
What's this down here?
That is a. It used to be an altar.
Okay. And then this skeleton here, I'm gonna take a look at this. Is there anything unusual other than just a
A dead body.
skeletal remains? No trap doors, no hidden locations.
Well, you haven't rolled for it, so no, you don't see
Perception.
anything.
Is it perception?
It is perception to perceive it, or you could investigate to try and find it more deliberately.
All right,
Yanni,
I'll investigate the skeletal remains.
Sure.
Let's get my bad rolls out of the way here.
Bones.
that's what you get for
You
having
guys
a
want me to-
barbarian inspect
You
it.
find
You guys
bones.
want me to roll
All
mine?
right, somebody want to check out that altar down there?
Well, DeWin should probably
So
investigate.
what are you
the whole-
trying to perceive? The skeleton?
The area around the where the skeleton is located.
All right. So yeah, it doesn't appear that there was a struggle or someone took the time to lay this skeleton in repose. But there are no clues remaining as to who this person was. It is a human skeleton, but that's about it.
Doesn't
You have no idea.
Let's leave it undisturbed.
Anybody got speak with the dead?
does it appear that this skeleton was laid here and maybe had its flesh, and that the flesh is decayed off of it here?
With that perception roll, I mean, you don't see any obvious tool marks against the bone. So
But I mean, if what I'm saying is that if this body was here, flesh and bone, you'd see some marking, some like leftover residual stain or
well, it's hard to tell against the black rock.
okay. I'm just saying when a body decomposes,
I mean, you
Yeah,
could drag a finger on it and taste to see, yep, this one tastes a little funny. All right.
even if it's been there a while, it would leave a film or something.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at.
Right. You do detect a film and a faint scent of rot
Right.
that make you think that it probably decayed here.
Okay. And most likely the body was naked when it was laid here.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no sign of clothing, so that's a reasonable assumption.
Well, I'll pass that along to everybody. And nothing demonic about, you said it's human.
It is human.
make my way over to the altar, do the same thing.
Sure, go ahead and roll. You don't perceive anything you don't see anything that looks like it would be a hidden door or a drawer or anything like that. It's just a stone altar.
All right. But this altar was it used for sacrifice or?
You're not sure. There's a couple of candle holders, nubs of candles left in it.
All right. We'll check out this door over here.
I'm gonna be right back.
All right.
So you guys can talk about what your plans are, but don't leave the room yet, okay?
All right.
So we got this door that takes us back to where we've already been. This
And it looks like this
hallway,
is a little alcove over here in the
Yep.
northeast area.
and then this door.
Yep.
Well, I guess, is this alcove here? Is this considered the room?
We'll have to investigate, I think.
Okay, let's go. We'll investigate this, and then we'll go to that door.
Yeah.
Sounds like this is a safe place for now. We could fall back to it if we run into any weird magic we can't seem to overcome.
Yeah, the that whirlpool, I think that door just to the north of me goes back to the whirlpool room.
Yep.
But that door hasn't been opened, so maybe it's safer than
Do we want to open it?
no. Well, I don't know unless for egress maybe.
Yeah.
So for Imiko, as DeWin slots the last piece and finishes his mending, she just hears a woman's voice saying, "How disappointing." No one else hears it.
Wait, who hears it?
Emiko. And only Emiko. You're muted.
Is it? Well, I was going to say, is it
Yep.
in the voice of her God?
You can roll. Let's take a look and see what would be most appropriate.
Religion?
Well, what is at first blush, what does she think the source is? Hmm. So I'll let you roll either insight or religion, your pick.
Ugh.
It feels similar to the first time that she was able to touch divinity and become a devoted follower of Lady Soon. But for the life of her, Emiko can't figure out why she's disappointed.
She'll have to think about it.
Looks like Yanni's ready to try a door.
Yeah, let's go. Well, do we want to check out this alcove here?
Yeah.
You're gonna come up, Yanni. You want one of us to just go do it?
Such a shitty roll, and you still get so high. You perceive that there. Go ahead and move forward a step. You feel like there's something something off about this grotesque face carved in the wall.
The alien wall is dominated by an imposing stone carving of a grotesque demonic face. Oh, nice. Maybe Dwayne needs to come up here to investigate this. Yeah, Dwayne might need your help here. Investigate this stone carving. I have a
Or Emiko. Maybe we need to chip that thing out.
An 11 on investigation. You don't see. I mean, it's gross, but you don't see anything that you don't see what tricks Yanni off about it.
I'll spend some more time looking around over here.
Where you're at, you mean?
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna do what?
I don't know. Are there any glyphs, any writing, any
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Nope. There's something off. I just can't find it.
Yeah.
Might need to have another pair of eyes to look at it. Emiko might want to come over here and take a look because there's something I'm missing.
Maybe someone should assist her too.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what everybody rolling for it is.
Yeah.
If you really wanted that, you'd be using the guidance cantrip.
Well, maybe that's what they need.
If Baldur's Gate has taught me anything, it's that you always use the guidance cantrip.
Does anybody have that?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
What's the question?
Does anyone have guidance?
Yeah, Emiko does. She just never uses it. Yeah. There's no way you could get from there to where you need to be. Would have been good though.
Nope, it's not.
All right. Well, we're missing something. I don't know what it is. Nobody can figure it out. Perhaps somebody should have used their inspiration. I don't believe so. There's not very many times that I have that feeling that I'm not right.
Yeah, but you're all kind of twitchy and shit.
Telling you. Telling you. Okay.
He smolders with generic rage.
All right.
Well, does anybody want to use their inspiration to try to figure it out?
Well, he's got
Well, you
new
could.
shoes, so that might cause some irritability. Till he breaks them in.
What was that roll?
He's picking a lock, or he picked a lock, I should say.
Hey, what was the roll on this statue? Was it insight or?
Investigation.
Oh, I got nothing on that.
I want to check out the door to make sure that if when I open it, it's not going to cause me any problems.
You don't perceive any traps, nothing like that.
Right.
All right, so we're giving up on the statue, the face thing.
Yeah,
and we're
everybody
giving-
tells me that I'm full of shit.
No, I didn't think you were. I mean, I thought Galen was going to go up and maybe try it, but his investigation, I guess, sucks. Mine's not. My investigation is 0, or well, 10, but plus 0. So I'm not
All right, I got a
good.
corridor. Does anybody have divine guidance?
To do what? Oh, by the way, Howard, you can drop guidance on Emiko's concentration. It only is for one person.
All right, Galen, you want to bump forward?
I got a passage north and a passage south.
Let's go north.
Just wait a little bit.
Got a door. Check for traps. Wow.
Eesh.
You don't detect any traps.
Any noises? Do I need to roll?
Yeah, that would be perception.
Yeah, I'm further. Wow.
It's a simple wooden door.
Okay.
Torch
That's
it.
about as far as you can get with it. What will you do? Oh, you're opening it. So as you step into the next room, you note that a massive stone door dominates the northern wall. Its ancient surface etched with worn symbols that seem to writhe in the ghostly blue light emanating from the floor. The dancing flames cast unsettling shadows across the door's weathered face, highlighting its imposing presence. In the east, that you just entered through, is a simple wooden door, its plain construction in stark contrast to its stone counterpart. The chamber itself is a testament to forgotten grandeur. Several alcoves are carved into both the eastern and western walls, their depths shrouded in shadow despite the ethereal blue flames that lick up from the floor. Scattered throughout the room, headless statues stand in silent vigil, their decapitated forms creating disturbing silhouettes in the otherworldly illumination. The pervasive smell of sulfur hangs heavy in the air, making each breath a reminder of this chamber's strange nature. And I will, for free, tell you that the chanting seems further away.
Small blessings.
What are these rectangular objects with the circle? What looks like 2 circles on top of them?
Click. I'm not sure where
There's
you're at.
3 of them.
Those are just the niches that I was describing, the alcoves.
Okay. So then I need to check out this door. I'll let everybody get inside, I guess, and then we'll check out the door. But there's only
I'm gonna
one.
poke
There's
around the
only two
room and
doors,
just see if there's any
right? There's
anything.
only the two doors.
Yeah, there's only the 2 doors.
Okay.
Now, what were you doing, Jason?
I was just gonna look around the room and see if there's anything in the alcoves or anything
Sure.
of value or interest.
You can try a perception.
There we go.
So you search through and you find some empty alms boxes like you would find at a church, left open in the shadowy alcoves. Whatever valuables were in this room have been cleared out.
Okay. Let's go through the door.
Roll perception on the door. Shitty roll.
You don't perceive anything amiss with the door.
All right. How hard is it to move this door?
It's just it's weighty but well counterbalanced.
There's no light coming in. Going to the what am I looking at?
No light.
I don't see anything through the door.
I think I know what's wrong. One moment.
We are staring into the void.
Crazy. Why is it doing that? I thought maybe I had accidentally doubled up the walls, but no. It is not doubled up walls. Did I forget to put light sources? Yeah, it shouldn't be.
Nothing's going into that room.
I think it's because of the door. Go ahead and step through. There is light in this room.
Go ahead, step. Go ahead.
Dare you?
I promise that there's nothing waiting to eat you in the darkness this time.
It says attempted move it collides with at least one wall.
All right, let me scoot you back. Well, there isn't a wall there, so I don't know why. I think it's probably because I think it was just the door mod screwing up. Let me
Okay.
try and do it this way.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
seeing
now I can
light.
see through the door.
Okay, so now it works.
All right, I see some bones. I see a large grate in the center of the room. See another door. All right.
Let me pull up the description again. 2 seconds. So that we can have it for the transcript. As you enter this room, a large iron grate dominates the center of this otherwise sparse chamber, its drain yawning darkly amidst the black stone floor. The blue flames cast their cold light across the metal bars, while water drips somewhere in the darkness far below. The purpose of such a prominent drain in these halls of experimentation requires little imagination. 3 doors break the walls of this room's chamber. 2 set close together in the northwest corner, and a third that you've entered in, coming on the south wall. The distant chanting and shifting of gravel echo off the bare walls, made somewhat more ominous by the room's stark emptiness.
Strangeness. Well, I guess I should have this. What is it? Is this more the light that we're looking for? Is it more bluish?
Okay.
I was looking for the right mood lighting for the room.
Oh, for your camera.
Yeah.
I think it's more. Yeah. There you go. You got it. You got it.
All right. I will tiptoe up to the drain and see what I can see and hear what I can hear. Maybe this is where we need to have the drone look down into the hole.
The drone. Do you mean Legade?
Yes, I was going to say Legade, but that's what we've called it before. The
Legade
drone.
can't squeeze through the grating.
Oh, I thought. Okay,
Legade is a full-size Falcon.
okay, I got you.
I think you're thinking of Ray's Familiar, which is a
Oh,
pixie that can get through small spaces.
okay,
But Legade is a full-size bird.
I got you. Is it actually a spirit? Could it take other forms?
I believe that you can change the form of a Find Familiar by recasting the spell.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you wanted to spend an hour and pony up the 10 gold for, well, at least 10 gold for Dewin to recast the spell, because he's going to have to cast it again to get it back into hawk form. But that's between you and him.
Yep. Need like a spider.
So that it can do whatever a spider can.
Right. That's right. Amazing spider legade.
Do we want to I kind of got a feeling we're heading away from the action, if the chant, I guess, if we want to keep going towards the chanting, I'm assuming
We're
that
looking
it's
for
get
a crystal. We're not looking for the
no, I know, but I got a feeling we're gonna have to go through something to get to the crystal.
Yeah.
Um, and it's just my sense that we're gonna go kind of check out and I could be wrong, but you know, if you step back, you look at the dungeon,
I will be right
we're
back.
gonna keep heading north. Um, I don't know, just thought. I guess the question is, do we want to maybe go back down south and check out that door to see if we're getting closer to the chanting, or do we just want to continue to go north? I'm assuming the chanting's getting even less now. Is that true? As we're
But it's
heading
still
into
pervasive, but yeah, it's a little bit more distant.
that's fine. We can go. We'll keep going. All right. So
Not at all. I'm at the back of the column anyway. I can't see
Sese
half
is
the shit until
contemplating.
yeah, so let's just we'll keep moving through here and clear this area. Um, so so this room is really just the grate in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Can we hear
This
anything
is a
coming out
pretty
of that
sparse
grate?
room. It's not that great.
There's no sounds coming from out from deep further down.
You hear dripping water from fairly far away, and you smell the smell of mold and water, moss. What's that?
Famunda.
Famunda, yeah.
All right, so we got this door,
Yep.
this door. Yeah, try that door. You're there.
Wow.
You don't perceive anything unusual.
Okay. I'd like to restart my app so that maybe I can start getting better rolls.
Get a better RNG.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't perceive anything unusual about it.
Is it locked?
I mean, yeah, it's
Oh, can't be picked. No matching key. Can't be broken.
Just click it.
Door is locked. So we'll look around for some way to open it. Nope. Does it open away from us or something? There's no hinge on our side?
no hinge on your side. No, excuse me. There would be a hinge on your side.
Okay. Yeah, we can try that. What am I doing wrong?
So let's. Well, I mean, there's no automation for popping hinges.
Okay. I'll listen at the door, see if I hear anything. Finally, a good roll.
You don't hear anything unusual.
Okay. Oh. Do you want me to force it? What do you want me to do there?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how you would roll to pop the hinges on this. What kind of? How are you going to do this?
Oh, I could use a pry bar to get underneath the hinge and pull the hinge up out of the, or pull the what I want to say. So a hinge is the hinge is two pieces of metal, one that's stationary, one that moves. You've got a pin that goes down through that. It could be, it could have most of them just have a top, and it slides down into the hinge.
Mhm.
I need something to grab a hold of it and pull it up. I could use a pry bar right underneath it to gain some purchase, and then pull it up from there.
Okay. Do you have a pry bar?
We have a pry bar that is specifically mentioned. I've got
I've got,
Crowbar,
I
pry
think I've
bar,
got
same
a,
thing.
Let me go through inventory.
thieves' tool.
I've got one.
All right. So yeah, Marcus has got a pry bar.
Okay.
So I would let it be.
Daggers.
So I would let you roll strength DC 15 at advantage using the pry bar.
Okay.
Do it quietly.
I've got a +2. What do you got, Marcus?
For strength?
Yep.
I'm
He's
+3.
stronger.
Okay. Yeah, you're stronger by 1, so 1 plus. I mean, so if you want to come over here, I could help him, I suppose. If there's
But
a
you've
way.
already got advantage.
Okay. Well then, Marcus, go ahead.
The roll strength at advantage.
Yes. DC 15.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I guess
Terrible.
Marcus is feeling the lack of sun.
All right.
I'll hand the crowbar to Yanni and say, go for it.
All right.
Yep. You get it up off its hinges.
I just kind of go. I just kind of shrug and just say, maybe it's just a matter of leverage
He
point.
loosens it up for
Perfect
you.
leverage.
Yeah,
He loosened it for you.
closer to the ground. I'm closer to the ground. you were pulling up. I'm.
You properly placed the fulcrum.
Yes, I properly placed the fulcrum. There we go.
Technique. All right, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete that door because it's now off its hinges.
All right, we quietly set it aside.
Roll stealth.
All right. I guess this would be at normal. This isn't a sneak.
It would be normal, yeah.
Oh my god. Well, still a 12. It wasn't noisy. We didn't drop the door.
Right. You think you're stealthy.
I'll hand it to Marcus so that maybe he can.
Make yourself useful, big guy.
All right, and I'll move forward. All right. All I see is a blank. Well, I see a corridor. Then I see a corridor to our left, so it probably intersects with that other door. Okay, more niches. I'm assuming that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, more niches. Somebody pounding keys. What's going on there? Okay. I see something on the floor ahead. Looks like rubble, but not really sure. And a big ass skull. Does it look as big as it is, Mike?
It really does look as big as it is.
Oh my.
It's poor mother.
All right, what am I seeing right here?
So that is indeed a pile of broken stone.
Like somebody tried to go through the wall?
It looks like part of the ceiling collapsed a bit here.
Because you actually look like you have some lintels here on either side. Was there originally a doorway there?
You're not sure. You could investigate it.
Okay. Howard, do you want to, or Dwayne, you want to come up here? Or somebody with investigate? Right. What do I see about this skull?
It's a big, chunky, thick-boned skull.
Like a troll or?
You're not sure. It's not a troll. It's humanoid.
Uh-huh.
There's
two
no
eye sockets?
there's no other bones, so it's just the skull.
Okay.
It's an abomination.
I mean, it just appears to be human, but giant.
Well, humanoid.
Okay. Well, that's
You could roll perception.
okay.
How many eye sockets does it have?
Damn. So it's got you kind of turn it around a little bit and examine it further. And you notice that something that was bothering you is that its eyes are more almond shaped, almost like an elvish eye, but like almost comically large on this skull.
Oh, it's an alien.
Demonic, maybe?
You have no idea. It's not normal.
None of us
You don't
have.
know enough personally to make a judgment call per se. If you feel that it's demonic, then sure, it's demonic. If you don't feel it, then you don't.
I just don't
Can
know
be
enough.
somebody.
Okay. All right. Is Dwayne making his way up here? Well, Pass back down the. Somebody go back down there. Left to win up here.
Can we
Hey,
move through each other?
Yeah.
Can't you just move through us?
What we're looking at is back here. And then somebody's going to have to look at this skull. Is there any doors or doorway or anything up this way?
No, it ends in a dead end.
Okay, so I don't need to roll perception.
You can certainly you are always welcome to roll perception.
Okay. I rolled pretty good again.
So you spend some time kind of trying to get a feel for it, and you don't perceive anything unusual.
All right.
All right. So you want to roll at advantage. Go for it. You kind of poke around the rock pile a bit, and it's weird, like you said about the lentils, but you kind of prod it a little bit, but you don't find anything.
Okay. Well,
That rock's heavy, yo.
do we need to move?
Can I go?
anything?
Can I roll nature on that skull to see if I know what that is? I've seen it out in nature.
Sure.
Absolutely. I want to make a sketch of it.
That'll take a bit.
Oh, good.
It's not like you've got an Instamatic to take a
Oh
picture.
my gosh.
You're not even really sure that it's actually bone. It seems like it might be metal.
All right, that's something. Giant robots.
It can't be reasoned with. It won't.
It cannot be destroyed.
Yes, it can't be destroyed. It'll never give up.
Never surrender.
Until you are dead.
What day is it? What year is it?
Classic.
Yep.
All right, so is it a dead end above us north?
We just have this
And
very
we're not going to mess around with
strange
that.
skull that we really need somebody to figure out what it is.
The skull?
Yeah, that skull. We need somebody to figure out what that skull is. Do we have anybody else who's got good nature? Or investigate?
I don't think any of you are very good natured.
Murder hobos typically aren't.
Is it
Well,
necessary
I
to
probably have the highest
investigate this
nature. I
skull?
got plus 3, but
I think it is. Does it have any connection with the demonic face from the other room?
Who are you asking?
The game master.
Not that you know of.
Okay. All right. Well, if nobody's going to investigate it, I guess we'll just move on.
have we seen any other metal parts that look similar to the skull?
No robots. Although, I will remind you that you did find a journal talking about prosthetics and full body conversion.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's like the head of a replacement.
All right, so somebody's making body parts.
Making a metal golem.
Poor Slob got put through conversion therapy.
Yep.
So the
cyborg.
the lentil area where the rocks are, do we want to try to pull any of those rocks out?
I was suggesting that, but it sounded like
I'll do it. I'll try to pull a few of the heavier rocks out. Just see if I can see if there's anything deeper in there.
All right. Go ahead and make a investigation check. And how long are you going to dig at it? No, never mind. So you shift enough rock that you find a wooden door behind the rock pile.
Hmm. All right. Well, I'll continue to lift rocks out of the way to the point where we could potentially open the door.
Oddly enough, this door slides to one side. It's a pocket door.
All right. Well, let's get Yanni up here to do some perception and then try to go in.
Right. Howard.
Do in. You need to move.
No lock on the stuck door,
Okay.
other than being stuck.
Okay. So nothing that we need to be. No
You
special
don't
actions or
perceive
anything.
anything like trap wise, if that's what you're looking for.
All right. So then I need to force it? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
So I don't have an icon to click on.
Give me a second. There's no good tool for changing a secret door into a regular door. There you go.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. There's something in there though. Do you want me to say it?
You can say it.
It looks kind of like a. I mean, do I know what that is?
Go ahead and roll nature.
I mean, I think
Does
I
it
know what
look
it is.
like the other half of that skull? The rest of the body?
No, but I think I know what it is.
Well, by roll, you don't know what it is. But if you want to take a guess as to what it is, Yanni is allowed to do that.
It looks kind of like a rust monster to me.
A what?
Rust monster.
A rust monster. You want me to peer in and take a look?
I mean, they suck. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna peer into the room and
Everybody
use
back up.
nature.
See it?
Let's see. Hold on. I'll roll nature.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Looks like a cockroach. Just a really big cockroach.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Got a book,
Um,
table. Does it look alive?
Is it moving? Is it moving? Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's moving and breathing.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you can't see it breathing, but yeah, it's moving.
Am I familiar with what this thing is?
Cockroach? Yeah, you've seen cockroaches all the time.
Giant cockroach?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
All right, Sensei, you ready to go in?
I'm ready.
Well, I say there he is. Okay.
Yeah, sir. I
my thing did something weird.
You should consult a doctor.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are these rolls?
Initiative.
Oh. Oh, I
Who
see.
did it?
Okay.
Oh, whoops.
I don't
Oh,
know.
geez.
Quiet.
Rust monsters. Good call, Yanni.
Yeah.
Who
It was the tail that gave it away to me.
Hey, Mike, I don't see my initiative coming up.
Uh, I think you must be under Yanni or something. Where are you? Yeah. Well, I just grabbed everybody on the screen, and you
Oh, I
were
see.
underneath Yanni, so it didn't grab you.
Gotcha. All right.
Is it,
You're cutting in and out, Brad.
It's
I
not
don't.
giving me it's not giving me a die to roll.
Can't you just click
Click
on it?
on your person up at the top of the screen.
Yep, that works too. Brad, are you there?
Yeah,
You were trying to say something, but you were cutting in and out.
That sucked.
nothing. I rolled it.
Okay. So as you peer into actually, I guess Galen's in the room. As you enter the room, you find yourself in the manager's room of this outpost, frozen in time since its hasty abandonment. The ever-present blue flames cast an eternal ethereal glow across the scene of interrupted work. A half-written letter still rests on an ornate desk. The quill lying where it was dropped, its dried inkwell a testament to years of neglect. Bookshelves line the walls, their contents a mix of scholarly texts and personal journals. A fine layer of dust covers everything except, oddly, a particular section of floor near the eastern wall, where the sulphurous flames seem to dance with unusual intensity. A comfortable reading chair sits at an angle to the desk. A delicate silver bookmark still hanging in place in the tome left open on its armrest. Nearby, a small side table holds an empty goblet, its rim stained with the remnants of what might have been wine. Most intriguing is a collection of star charts and astronomical calculations scattered across a drafting table, their cryptic notations suggesting that their author was tracking some celestial event of importance. Several crystals of various sizes are arranged in what appears to be a deliberate pattern along the papers. As you take in the scene, you are greeted by the scuttling of Yorkshire Terrier sized armadillo / cockroach creatures, which you guess are probably rust monsters, with one of them being the size of a corgi.
With a very disapproving look.
A disapproving look. So let's begin. And let's take a look at Galen. All right, so let me pull up the Rust Monster. So, Galen, you need to make a Dex saving throw as it goes into. Uh, it's not like attacking you per se, but it's definitely trying to get a hold of you. So go ahead and make a DC 11 Dex save. And you dance out of the way as it kind of comes up and is waving its antenna at you. And Sese, you're up.
Yeah, there's not much I could do. Let's see. Who discovered this thing?
Volo. He discovered rust monsters several years ago.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to understand. So, is it to the right here? Is it in here? And nobody's in that room, right?
Galen is definitely in
Galen
that
is.
room.
Galen is in that room.
Marcus said, "Hey, let's go
Okay.
in there," and I went in there, but Marcus didn't come with me.
It was a trust
No,
exercise and it failed.
I don't think I said. I actually said. I asked. I was calling for. I thought I called for Sese to go in there, but maybe I.
10. So moving through people like that, that's double movement, right?
That is double movement.
Okay, so that's 20 feet. And that'll be, well, that'll put me right in the doorway. Where's is Galen? Where's Galen at? Is he like right here?
He's around the corner from the doorway.
Just in the door.
Right there.
Oh,
Right here.
okay. So if I move here to this hex here, I'll still be able to move out of the way of the door, right? If I go 20,
Not sure.
25.
Yeah.
Can I move here? 30? Yeah. All right, that's good. I'm out of the doorway,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
I'll just take a whack at this thing.
Go for it. Whack away. AC is 14.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Two swipes, yeah.
$18. And that's it for me. Used up all my
Okay.
movement.
Emiko. Oh, and what were you using? Your longsword. Okay, you're fine.
Well, I figured I'd use something magical. Since it's called a rust monster, I figured I'd use something magical. If you're going to block the doorway, I'd say just skip it. That's why, the only reason I went was because I could get out of the doorway. Yeah.
They'd be at disadvantage.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Circlet of blasting, man. Lay into him.
Okay. And who is she blessing? I should say when you put it in the 3. 3 in the room.
You want us to put our own blessing on?
If you can pull it up, yeah. If not, I'm looking for it.
I am looking for it right now. I'm not seeing
Yeah, I don't see blessed.
Yeah, me neither. I thought it was like a cross.
Is it one of these other ones?
Yeah, they don't have a condition for bless. Crazy. Yeah, if you target everybody, you can apply it. There you go.
Oh, I see it.
You just turned it off. I had, had added it on and you turned it off. No, I get it.
Oh, I get to add a D4.
It's because I needed a copy to drag around. You only wish you were doubly blessed. All right. Anything else? Okay. Galen.
Okay. I target the one between me and Sese.
Mm-hmm.
Attack it at advantage with the long sword.
Yep, you hit.
Roll that damage now.
You okay?
And then long sword it again.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I am getting bullocks on those.
You okay? Anything else?
Okay. No. For the roll, it only works on the attack roll or saving roll.
Yes, that's correct. And then
Well,
you
I'd
got
have added it if they were
on the
bad
attack
rolls
roll.
on that. I had good attack rolls.
You're getting a +6, but it doesn't break down where it's from. It's adding a D4. Yeah, I don't know where I don't know if it's adding it or not. You're getting a +6 on the roll. I don't know what you normally get, but you hit anyway. So
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me where is that? Did that okay.
Yanni, Okay, so you used a bonus action.
All right. Zephyr Strike is bonus action.
Yep.
I only see 2 rust monsters. Where was the other one at? So I'd have to go through him to get there, right?
Depends on which one you want to get.
I want to get the one that I can't see, apparently.
Then yes, you would have to move to get to the one you can't see.
All right. I guess we'll strike this one right here with the crossbow.
When you say strike, does that mean that you're also using the D8 Zephyr Strike?
Yes.
Okay.
Why is it okay? All right, so we're gonna attack. And also going to, I can roll that here in a minute here. Normal. And then I get a sneak attack on that too, one right, correct? Since I have advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I get the D8 from the Zephyr Strike, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And where is that? It's back up here. Found it. Okay. All right. Oh, do we explode the sneak attack die?
You exploded the rust monster.
Oh, I exploded the rust monster. Come around the corner and just
And
bam!
remember, you would only explode. You wouldn't explode the sneak attack dice because it wasn't a critical. We said that on a
Yeah, yes,
critical, you
right,
could spend an inspiration, which you didn't do.
All right. So now we will move into the room, and we're going to go over the table here. Wait, why can't I select my guy?
And you're over the dead monster.
Okay, so we'll go over the table. I guess we're going under the table.
You're small, so yeah.
Yes, we slide under the table, and we will
What if
take
it was a little Ditka?
Yeah.
There's a pillow underneath the desk, so
There's a pillow under the what? What?
you're not the first one to be under the desk.
Oh, wow. They were doing a performance review. I got you.
It's stressful to run a mine.
Right. What? All right. I want to be on top of that, but obviously I can't be on top of that.
Yeah, sorry.
I know. What's never mind.
You done?
I don't think that there's any other actions I can take.
You could run around a little bit more, but yeah, you're
I
pretty
go,
much
la, 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 la.
do the Home Alone Kevin.
Right. All right,
All
so
right.
this one is dead. All right,
Yep.
gotcha.
All right, so that's this boy. All right, so Imiko, go ahead and make a saving throw, a Dex saving throw. Yeah.
How come it's not showing me which rust monster is what?
Oh, it did throw that 4 in there on
Yeah.
the saving throw.
Yep. So you're fine.
The rust monsters are not actually showing up as an icon.
Not showing up as an icon. What does that mean?
Okay, there. Okay, I was apparently just not. I could highlight everybody else but the rust monsters. Let's put it that way.
All right. Well, it only gets the one action, so to win.
This one's dead right here,
Yeah, the one in the middle is dead.
but you might not want to step in a goo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yanni really fucked it up.
Came through, shot it in the eye. You know.
It had like 2 hit points, and you went ham.
Was it already damaged or something?
Oh
Yeah,
God,
it was
yeah!
almost
Everybody
dead.
was beating on that one.
Okay. See, that's why I wanted to go for one of the other ones, but I couldn't see what I was shooting at. So
No other rust monster has been touched. Okay, which one's the far rust monster? This guy? Okay. And it's a DC Wisdom saving throw. Not strength. Something. Doesn't make it. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Marcus.
Marcus, you're muted.
Sorry. Can I get through this? This one's alive, right?
No, it's
It's
dead.
dead.
Oh, okay. So I'll come in 15. Um, so I can't really flank any of these, right? Because there's walls.
Correct.
And all right, so I'll come here and I'll take a couple of whacks at this one with lament.
All right. That hits. So on your first hit, you feel lament try to twist in your hands to avoid hitting the rust monster, but your strike lands true regardless. And you feel it shudder in your hands as it bites into the rust monster. And lament is no longer magical.
What?
What just happened?
Well, that sucks. All right. Well, it's still probably my best weapon. So basically, that takes away What bonuses does that take away? Does that take away?
It's let me pull up the
Uh, yeah,
so it never had a plus to hit. What it had was magic that would make it easier to land crits.
okay. Well, then I'll just do a second attack with it.
So you're gonna risk the weapon being destroyed.
Well, it took away the magic.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna if I if I step back from it, I could use my second action to disengage, right?
Yes.
Or I could. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Oh yeah, of course. You're
Yeah, I
right.
guess that's true. Okay, so yeah, so I would have to if I move away, there's an opportunity attack.
Mm.
Yeah, you could just go back.
If I move right now, the rust monster gets an opportunity attack.
If it takes it, yeah.
Um. All right. Well, I'll step back. And then use my second attack. I'll use my longbow.
Okay.
That not come up? Hold on.
Nope. That hits. Who looks most tasty? Let me look. Equally
Actually,
delicious. Sorry, say again?
I just so I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yeah, you could go another 5 if you want.
Yeah, I'll go
But
another 5.
you can't end on somebody else's square, and I've got Yanni and Dewin occupying the spots that you would go to. So you'd have to like be on top of the desk.
Okay. What is this? What is this right here?
That is a side table that Yanni is technically on top of rather than
Ah,
underneath.
I see. Okay, that's fine. I'll stay here.
Cool. So Galen, go ahead and do a dex save for me. Damn. Yeah, you're fine. It waves
That
its
blessing's
antenna
really
at you.
coming in good.
Yeah. And that's literally all it does. Sese.
My screen went black again.
Well, once you go black,
All right, hold on. I gotta. And I gotta log in apparently.
and Matt, I think we said that once you use the attack from Zephyr Strike, the effect wears off, so you can drop the concentration on that.
Okay. So I'll go to whack this one that's in front of me.
Sure. Whack away. Whack off.
What was the deal with the bless? Before I roll this.
I think it will roll a d4 if you don't get it otherwise. You hit, no problem. So you do 9 points of damage.
No. That was my second to hit.
Oh, sorry.
I'm assuming that missed.
The 9 misses.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
No.
All right. Never mind. Yeah.
So as you strike the rust monster, the shine of your +1 sword flickers and sputters out.
Oh no.
It is no longer a magic sword.
I thought these things didn't affect magic items. I thought it was just regular weapons.
Well, the one that's the size of a corgi versus a Yorkie.
Okay.
There was one that was specifically different, which is what Marcus learned last round.
That's it
Which
for me.
one is it that they're trying to strike?
The one
The
I'm
one
hitting.
that's bloodied.
Okay, gotcha.
That one.
So do you have any movement left?
No. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's it, man. That's it
Okay.
for me. I have movement left, but I'm not moving anywhere.
Got it.
Well, I don't know. Now that you mention it, I could move. No, that'd leave me open to a. Well, yeah, I could get out of the way.
I will say that they have not taken opportunity attacks.
Well, I'm not gonna. So I can move. I'll move here. That's
That's on
10
top
feet.
of Imiko.
Right, and then hold on, I'm not done.
Oh, got
And
it. I
then
got it.
here, and that's my movement.
Okay, yeah,
sorry.
that's fine.
Yep. And I'm gonna go to the
Imiko,
boys'
you're up.
room.
Howard. Sure. Okay.
What's that do for us? Oh, okay. I thought we were.
And let's see. They both tank your divine radiance and shrug it off. The larger one definitely was slowed by it though.
What does divine radiance do?
It's a holy claymore
Oh,
that unfortunately they resisted.
they shrugged it off.
Yep, Elmore.
All right. Well, I am going to toll the dead on the one. Whoops.
The
I did
bloodied
that
one.
wrong. Yeah. Let me try that again. I accidentally did some double clicking.
Yep.
It gave me two options: save or save D12 damage.
Well,
D12. Okay.
I see. His is still strength. Yeah. Well, I will roll a wisdom save because that's what it should be. He's
Because
not
my
as smart as you
intel.
are.
Yeah.
It failed.
It's giving me a configure roll. It says 2D public roll, just roll.
Yeah, for the 2d12.
Okay.
I think
No.
it's just level, not. I think it works like Elder's Blast. It's the character level, not the.
Because it was a cantrip.
Yeah, let me look it up. Because he's not a wizard at all. He's an Eldritch Knight. He doesn't have any other classes. So yeah, I believe that it would scale up because you got it from being yeah, it just by level. So yeah, that's fine. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Yanni.
Okay. So the large one's in the corner here, right?
Yeah.
And then you got the other
Regular size.
regular size one. I can do Zephyr Strike again, and then get my attack. So we will cast that. We do our hand crossbow, and we will attack advantage. Then we will
And you're going against the larger one, yeah?
yes.
Okay.
Damage. Normal. Oh, well, that's not a crit.
Yeah, it wasn't a crit. But don't
Yeah,
forget
it
your
is.
sneak attack.
Yes, I gotta get my sneak attack and damage and the D8. Oh, weak. Where'd my? I don't see my Zephyr Strike. There it is.
Well, you expended it anyway, but rolling it doesn't matter.
Oh, it's dead.
It's dead.
Okay. How dead is it? Oh, it's dead. I shot it in the behind.
Right. Right at Main Street.
And it kind of exploded out onto.
Right,
Is that
yeah.
the-
Gore all over.
Is that the
all
one we?
over Sese.
Is that the one everybody else has been beaten up on?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's also the one that was kind of taking your guys' shit off, so that's why I was trying to focus.
Correct.
And I didn't have any idea how many hit points it had, so.
Right. And I will say that the arrows that have been shot, so Marcus and Yanni fired twice, Yanni fired 4 times, isn't it?
No, just
Total.
I fired
total.
at this one. I fired
Total
at
for
this
the
one, and I
encounter.
fired at that one.
Right. But the arrows aren't magical, so you don't get those arrows back. They rusted.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Do we have an arrow inventory somewhere?
You're supposed to.
Yeah, it's in your. It's there with your around your bow in your inventory, or below it.
what am I doing? I meant to.
It skipped Dwayne. Dwayne.
I somehow clicked on it. I don't know. I couldn't click on myself.
Hmm.
Okay.
If you're under an object, that's probably
Yeah,
why. If
Yeah,
you
you
hit
got to
the
bring it
tab
to the.
key,
You got to bring it to the front.
hit the tab key, and it should highlight you.
So. Here we go.
For whatever reason, I don't see arrows.
So look in your consumables. Okay, so
Yeah.
you got your consumables, and for me, I have bolts, and then I have quantity in the middle, and you should be able to. Yeah.
No, he's right. He's not carrying any arrows.
Oh, he's the guy from the D&D cartoon. He just magically.
I think it must be that he fired his last one.
Oh, okay.
He's old Western movie with the 6-shooter that shoots.
Right.
Yeah. Just never reloads.
No, he just fired his last shot, is all. Not at all.
No.
Oh my. Well, I should have, I guess, focused fire on that.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have sprayed Sese with rust monster guts.
Right. That's right.
So this one's dead.
That one's dead.
So now it's just this one.
That's right.
Like I wanna move also. I didn't move.
No, go ahead and move while I believe Howard is going to toll
I
the
don't have
dead.
a good way to get to him. I just don't want to. Well, I guess I can do that. Oh, yeah, that rust monster.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Nice.
Okay.
It's hurting now, huh?
Marcus?
All right. I'm out of arrows.
You are out of arrows.
Yeah.
I'll
Use your bow as a club.
So everything that hits this gets destroyed, right?
Well, certainly
Anybody
this
else
one
have any
has
arrows
only
to
been.
give him?
What? Say it. What? I didn't hear what he said.
Did somebody say something?
I thought Matt did. But then you got up and walked away.
Yeah, walk away.
No one has hit physically. No, I take it back. This rust monster was hit physically with weapons, and it was fine.
Okay.
It was the
this
small
one
one.
is the same size. It's also a smaller one. This one
All right.
was the big one.
Okay. Well, I'll step up to,
Okay,
and I'll take a couple of whacks at it with lament.
sure. That'll miss. That'll miss.
All right.
Bonus action.
I'm just gonna step out of the way.
Okay.
I'm done.
And the rust monster is going to request a saving throw from Emiko. And it is going to be.
Dex, is it Dex?
It is a dex save. DC 11. Okay. That's some authority right there. All right. Right. And then it's trying to run away. So Marcus and Galen and Emiko, if she chooses to, all get a chance to react.
All right. I'll take.
It would be a melee attack, yes.
I'll take a swing at him.
Okay. That misses.
Okay. Shit. Oh, damn it.
That misses.
Damn it.
She probably has a mace or something, doesn't she? Did you see anything about this attack in your dreams? That misses.
Dang, that thing's lucky.
All right.
Sorry, I had to step away. Where'd the rust monster go?
It ran out of the room.
It went, ah!
And everybody tried to step on it like a cockroach, and they all missed.
You mean all three of these people had attacks?
All three of them missed.
All three of them missed.
And missed badly, too.
Wow. Okay. Well, what are we finding there? Are we going to chase after it?
TBD. I mean, it's Sesse's turn. It's up to Sesse.
So what happened exactly?
But I've had enough of this.
So he ran underneath Galen or something?
Yeah, right between his legs.
Okay.
And we all missed.
And this one in front of me is dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody used their inspiration or nothing.
Nope.
Okay. So 10, right? Because I got to get through her space.
Right.
Hoop, hoop. Ran out this door here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can use your ADSW keys.
Yeah. 20, 25. Do I see it?
I presume you see it. Yeah. It's right down there at the end of the hallway.
Oh, okay.
Throw
I'll
your
move
Yikla at it.
5 feet. I don't think. I tell you the truth. I don't think I have it. The new rules on projectiles. That can't be right. I know I use this javelin, so it's gone. It says I have 1 Yikulawa left. I suppose I could give it a chuck.
AC
What do
14.
you say?
Maybe. Let me see what I got spell wise. Maybe I just throw a spell at it.
You got anything to paralyze him or stop him?
At second level, but I'm not going to spend a second level
Yeah.
spell to stop a bug.
Stop a bug from running away.
Yeah. Yeah, I just check the Yikla.
Okay.
That's my last missile weapon. Oh, I'd say that missed.
That's a miss. Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
Aaron's up.
Told that fucker.
I don't think she has it.
Shouldn't I have told it? If I had it, I'd have used it.
Okay. Okay. All righty.
Inventory, I bet. Can you not?
If you click on it, it's got an option for usability. If that's what Scorching Ray comes with by default, which I think it is. Yep, 3 rays. So that hit. That missed. That hit. Okay. Oh, wait, well, it did, and then it
It
burst into
absorbed
flames,
all
if
of
that's
it.
what you're asking. And I will tell you that everyone got 108 experience points.
Confirm you said 108.
108. And do me a favor, Howard, when you drop concentration, I want to see if it removes bless from everybody's character sheet.
I didn't know I was blessed. I thought that was only
You weren't.
Yeah.
I think it would have removed it from everybody, but we had that fight over who was going to apply it. And it actually keeps track of time, too.
In-game time.
In-game time, yes. All right. So you have defeated the scourge of rodents of unusual size. And I appreciate that. Now that you have time to examine the situation, you see that these rust monsters look particularly unhealthy, with strange patches of rashes, loose scales, and various sores oozing very unhealthy amounts of gore. Notwithstanding the fact that you all did collectively like more hit points than they could handle. These are all showing signs of corruption. The largest one, the worst of all. Okay. Restore it.
Re-enchant them.
Go ahead and which one are you doing first? Sure. Go ahead and give me an Arcana roll.
Inspiration.
Well,
Can
he's
I give
got a
you
nat
inspiration?
20 in his divination roll. Do you want to use your nat 20 divination? Uh, Depends on how much you guys pace yourself, but yeah, I mean you only just got up like an hour or so ago. Is that your first or your second? Okay, so that's all of them for the session then. Yes, please. 3 and an 8. Right. Let's take a look and see. So you're gonna have to take like an hour investigating this, using various not spells but magic. And you determine that whatever magic Lament had is still there, faintly. But it is coated as if it was dipped in tar with magic that reeks of demonic corruption. Whatever happened to the rust monster changed its nature from metal consuming to twist it in a way that it was able to nearly snuff out Lament. This is not normally something that a rust monster can do. You believe with enough research, it should be possible to purify the weapon, not in a holy sense, but a magical sense. Purify the weapon and restore its state. This is more than what you could determine from an examination in the field. Yep. You believe that it can do you can fix it, or that it can be fixed, maybe not by you, but you believe it can be fixed. You're just not sure how.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. Well, I should have looked him up behind Mike's back, but I following the rules.
Well, you wouldn't have known because this one was a special corrupted rust
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah, technically not
It-
even knowing what a rust monster is wouldn't have saved you. You know,
Oh.
normally I think doesn't a magic weapon actually keeps it from getting
That's
consumed by
correct.
yeah. So
The other two weren't as far along, which is why you were able to whack those guys with impunity. But they were definitely
So,
trying to eat the chainmail off of Imiko and
yeah.
Galen.
So what was
So
the
what is
result?
the result is it could lament could be restored magically, but it's not going to be done here or anytime soon. It's gonna have to be taken somewhere else, where it can be maybe restored.
Is that the same for Sesse's +1?
We haven't looked at
Yeah,
that yet,
I'm
Oh.
sure. I'm guessing.
but probably the same, yeah. So I'm sorry, Mike. Remind me what it's taken away by not having the not
So
being able to.
Lament has a expanded crit range,
Okay.
and that no longer applies. And it obviously it no longer counts as a magic weapon when you're attacking something.
Yeah, that's a bummer. All right. Well, I'm going to search the room,
Okay.
investigate, or
Sure. What are you searching?
I'm going to search all the looking that under tables
All
and
right. Well, let's
look.
start with the table then.
All right.
Yeah, it looks interesting. Why don't you click on it?
I'm clicking on it.
Should be. Why? Oh, there we go.
It says can't
Try it
be
now. Try
pickpocketed.
it now. Did that work?
Yeah, you're inspecting the okay. As a mining report in a pouch. So should I take them or can I investigate them? Or do I know do I need to take them to see what they are?
Yep.
Okay. I've taken them. Am I able to determine or what exactly does the mining report say? Am I able to read it?
Uh, well, let me double check. It should be readable. Yeah,
Is it in
it's
my
readable.
inventory now?
Yeah, it's in your inventory. At first you said that, and I was like, "Oh, did I fuck that up?" But
Yeah,
no,
okay.
it's readable.
Can everybody read this?
You can. It's in
The
common.
fragile the fragile time-worn parchment appears to be some kind of official record from the long fallen empire. Parts of the text have faded or crumbled away, but what remains is written in a archaic script you can partially decipher. Quarterly report of the Black Operation 37th year of Emperor Narth. Quotas have been met despite disturbance among the workers. Crystalline formation in the deepest shaft pulses with unknown when exposed to, I guess those are the parts I can't read.
Yep.
On the reverse side, you can make out fragments of what seems to be an addendum. The ritual CHA has been completed as blank specifications. The obsidian altar is blank, and the channels are carved according to blank. We await further instructions regarding blank, and the prisoner is required for the blank ceremony. The signature at the bottom reads Overseer Mal blank, loyal servant to the eternal Nar blank, followed by what appears to be coordinates of the or directional markings. What was the other thing I picked up?
Just the pouch that the missive was in.
Okay. All right. So that wasn't added to my.
The pouch, you may have left it behind, I don't know.
Okay. All right. So, but the report was in the pouch.
The report was in the pouch, yeah.
So I don't know what this means.
Actually, you do
The,
have it. You have a new container that's a pouch.
is that under my?
Under your inventory at the top, where it's
Oh, I
got
see.
Fireball whiskey, then a pouch,
Oh,
then
yeah.
home storage, and backpack.
Yeah. Okay. Um, the coordinates appear to be coordinates, or there appears to be coordinates or directional markings. What what are those telling me? Am I able to? Does that make any sense to me in terms of what
You
these
can roll a
specific?
nature to see about the direction markings.
Damn, man, I cannot get a good roll tonight.
Yeah, you're not really sure on those directions.
All right, I'm gonna let everybody. I guess I've read out loud to them what it's read, and I'm gonna. Who's got Who's got the next best nature? Anybody got a higher? I got a 3. And we got nobody.
Going
No,
once,
0.
going
I have a
twice.
1.
I
Is
can
that
assist, but I've got a 0.
Yanni? You got a 1.
Yeah.
The ranger's not very good at nature.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hand the mining report to Dwayne and ask him if these coordinates or locations make any or directional markings make any sense to him.
Nature.
There we go.
You're able to piece together, and it directs back to Silver Scale.
Silver scale.
That's the fishing village that you guys landed from the Flying Fox.
So crystalline formation in the deepest shaft. So there's an obsidian altar. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Sort of mining report doesn't seem super helpful to me, particularly with that. I thought that directions would be something, directions or coordinates that would help us inside the dungeon, not necessarily taking us back there. Yeah, it seems to be, well, yeah, so what Dwayne saw where it was coordinates back to, what was the name of that village again?
Silver Scale.
Silver Scale. So it's just locating where Silver Scale is.
Right.
But is it directional markings from where to where? I mean,
From the outpost to Silver Scale. Or vice versa, I guess.
yeah, right. Okay.
Basically, it's saying that, however long ago it was that this was a working outpost, it was related to Silver Scale.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I don't know. Does anybody have any ideas? It doesn't seem extremely helpful, given the fact we came from there to here. So
It might come in handy later.
yeah, just continue to carry it, and um, I guess we move on.
Yeah.
Oh, does anybody want to search anything else? I just searched the table. That was the only thing I looked at. So
What these bench? What are these
Those
benches
are
along here?
bookshelves.
Oh, okay.
I
So
am
you-
limited by my art assets.
So can you open them?
There's nothing in it, but you can search, and I will tell you what you find.
Okay.
If you find anything.
We should move Emiko back in here with us.
So you dig through, and you find one of the journals. So the journals are of multiple multiple foremans over the years. And one of the journals that you find talks about, in smug ass delightful tone, about how they managed to ruin the wife of the what is that city named?
Waterdeep.
No, it's not Waterdeep.
Silver Scale.
No.
Silvery Moon.
Stop shouting shit. You can't. You're just making it harder.
Martinsdale.
Toad Hop.
Toad Hop.
We want Hitchka.
God damn it.
Baghdad.
Well, I guess I'll look it up later. Anyway, it's talking about how they drove the ruling nobleman's wife basically insane by killing off family members one at a time, leaving only the wife and daughter, who ran off into the wilderness.
Oh, my
Oh
word.
no. They're
So
the
there's
ones
your-
that got turned into those thingies.
The chain things. Chain devils.
Yeah.
And on that, I think that we are at time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give an additional 200 experience points to everybody for a good game.
Thanks.
And are we going to do the player experience on stream, or do you want to do it off stream?
Yeah, we can do it. Get it done.
Off.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
can do it off stream. Night, like and subscribe.
Yep.
Thank viewers.
Thanks everybody. Your countless numbers have boosted Howard's channel to unforeseen heights, ones that he has never seen before. Heights.